Hello, good evening, welcome back to the Football Terrace. We're here, Brighton versus Man United, full feature-length watch-along for you. Skype lines are open, team news is in. We're here for the next couple of hours. Match reaction show is always going to be live as well. Team news is in. We will get that to you straight away. Straight away, we're going to get the team news to you here as well, up on the screen there, as you can see. And it's a massive overhaul from the team that started against Brighton on Saturday. As we can see, only Victor Lindelof retains his place. Lots of changes. Very strong bench, though, with Pogba, with Lingard on that substitutes bench, along with a few others. Well, Rashford being down there as well. So there's a good few options on that bench. As you can see there, Greenwood. Grant's actually on the bench as well. No Romero. So interesting in terms of who's going to stay at Man United, who might be on their way out potentially as well when we think about this and everything else that's going on with Man United in the transfer market at this moment in time. But before we go any further, please hit those like buttons for me. Hit the share buttons as well. I want your thoughts and your feelings on this lineup. You can call the Skype lines now. They're open. They're ready and waiting for you. I want your opinions. I am seeing kind of people's thoughts across social media that maybe, just maybe, team isn't strong enough. Maybe we should have picked a few more of the starting lineup to get everybody a little fresher. As an example, we've got Kaylin that's phoned up now. Kaylin, welcome to the Do me a favor, Kaylin. Turn down your device in the background, please.
How are you doing, Terry?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. What do you think of the starting lineup tonight for Brighton? Brighton, Man United team versus Brighton. What are you saying?
Well, I'm quite happy that there is a change in the squad because last week clearly showed that the squad, first team players are lacking the sharpness in their legs and all of that. So a new team would be a great way to see because, like Neeks always says, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and expecting a different result. So I think taking it in a different way is better.
Yeah, I understand. What I find really interesting is I think that normally if we rotate the squad this much for a Carabao Cup game, nobody would care. Because there has been a lack of consistency. But can you do me a favor? I know what you're listening to in the background. Could you turn it down for me? Would that be okay? Just because it sounds like we could get taken down for something like that. It happens every now and then. I just sort of feel as though, from my perspective, there's this element of people just feel that, we need to get Pogba and Rashford and Martial firing on all cylinders and they're not in the starting lineup. But these are the same people at the end of last season that said we overused our first 11. You think back to the cup game against Norwich. You think back to some of the games at home against some of the bigger and better. Some of the bigger and better the smaller sides at Old Trafford, we didn't rotate enough. We start the season off by rotating, and we remember we got Tottenham on Sunday, and then an international break, and then Europe starts, and it's practically 2 games a week up until Christmas. I think fans need to understand that there's going to be so much football between now and the end of the season that I think it's imperative that we start rotating as early as possible. What do you think?
Yes, I mean, this is like the first season, I would say, that the players are even going to face this amount of fixture congestion and the whole lot of things. And I mean, if they're going to be complaining that the players aren't fit as well and firing on all cylinders, the worst thing we can do now is try and force an issue and then pick up an unnecessary injury. And then those same fans that are saying these things, they're going to turn around and then blame Oli. Especially all the people that are pushing this Oli out notion, they're going to look for any reason, and should maybe Rashford or Pogba pick up an injury today, it's going to be, you see, Oli has no idea what he's doing. Why is he playing these games in these small cups and all of those things?
Yeah, and that's exactly my train of thought. It's whatever Oli does, people will complain, in my view. As you say, if Rashford was starting tonight, Pogba was starting tonight, Martial was starting, and he said, even if he said before the game begun, I want to get him fully fit, I want to get him ready for Sunday. If one of them walks off with a hamstring injury, he gets criticised. Whatever he does, his haters are consistently on his back regardless. I think it's a sensible team because actually what people are not taking into consideration is the other side of this. Let's say that we barely play Fred, McTominay, James, Mata, Igalo, Bailly, Williams in the opening 4, 5, 6 games because we want to get our main 11, 12 players fit. And then one of our main 10, 11 players picks up an injury and Igalo has to come in or McTominay has to come into the team and they're not raring to go and they're behind everybody else. You need to get everybody fit at the same time, in my opinion. You can't have, and that's the mistake Ole did make in the run-in at the end of last season, in my opinion. I felt that too many people were, the fringe players were unfit. The fringe players were in a position where they weren't at the sort of fitness levels that they needed to be at that stage of the season. So from my point of view, I think he's doing the absolute right thing tonight. It'll be a tough game because there's some good players out there for Brighton, but it's also a weakened team for them. I mean, their back three, I think, are the same as the league game, but then across the rest of the team, you know, no sort of Mupai in the starting lineup. Trossard out of the team as an example. I'm not sure if they've even got the young man, or they haven't even got Lamptey on the bench. So, you know, both teams have made those changes. Listen, my bro, I really appreciate you coming on the show and having your say. We're going to take some more calls via Skype. Make sure you're phoning in now. Super chat here from Pav, who said that forward three shows why we need to strengthen. I think you're absolutely right when you look at that. You know, James, Mata and Igalo being our backup, we do need more. And it might be one signing more, it might be two signings more, but we definitely need more. Do me a big favor, everybody tuning in. Please hit that like button for us. Really important to the Football Terrace that we get that done right now. Smash the like button. Hit the share button as well. Let's get this out there. Let's get this past 1,000 likes while we're live streaming. I've got a really itchy nose this evening, and it's annoying me. It's really annoying me. Let's get to some more of your live comments as well. They're very, very important to us. I need to move this screen back over here so I can see it. That's better. That's better. There, I can see the live comments in front of me now. Paul Scholes, one of our members, says, don't you think he should use first-team players for match fitness? I can understand the logic of wanting to use first-team players for match fitness, but you've got to get the squad fit. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? You know, you could get, imagine you don't get the squad fit, as fit as you can get them, and then a couple of first-team players get injured during international break. And then suddenly Fred and Mata have to play in the Premier League because you sign nobody else and they're not fit and they're not ready. That's criminal. It's going to be a long, hard season as well. Look at the fixture list. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock, Champions League draw. You then see all the fixtures go in. It's pretty much 2 games a week after this international break, right the way up until the Christmas period. United need to manage it right. Everybody's going to have a different... I don't think very many teams have played strong sides in the Cup. I think if we were playing one of our sort of big top 6 rivals, you would see a stronger team picked. But no, in my opinion, it's the right decision to make. Max here with a super chat says, Kaiser has started 3 consecutive games in the league for the first time at Liverpool. Played well. Big season coming. Also, what's the website on screen? The website on screen is Who Scored. Yeah, really big season for Naby Keita if he can stay fit, of course. That's kind of been the biggest problem that he has suffered with since he's been at Liverpool, and it's that staying fit, and it always has been that issue for him. And just, you know, if he can stay fit, everybody knows that he is a top player indeed. See a few more of these comments here. Pen Flip Games thinks it's going to be 5-0 tonight to Brighton. It could be. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the grand scheme of these things? Who knows? It could be the case. It could be the case. Get your super chat questions in now for us, please. Really important to the Football Terrace that you do that for us. It truly, truly is indeed. Get them in right now. Any questions you have. If you want to phone in, the Skype lines are open. So you can call the show right now. You can come and have your say. We'll take your calls, etc. We do want to hear from you, of course. We do. Most of the time. Most of the time we want to hear from you. Not always, just most of the time. Most of the time we do. But there we go. So I like, some of you make me laugh. Some of you are funny, man. Some of your comments are comical. Paul here, our member, says, didn't Liverpool test Thiago for COVID before buying him? He might have caught it after they bought him. Who knows? Who knows? I don't think they're going to reveal any of that to us. Anyway, Terry Collis is on the lines. Terry Collis, welcome back. What's your reaction to Man United's starting lineup tonight, mate?
I think it's a very good lineup. I think this lineup is it's good enough to win against Brighton. Danny James standing from the left-hand side is really, really very impressive because I've been tweeting and complaining about him playing from the right. I don't think he's very productive from the right-hand side. From the left-hand side, he's quite good. He can, he's not that technical, like he cannot dribble, but the pace using his right
Can you
foot
do me a favor,
on the
Terry?
left-hand side
Terry,
is
can
good.
you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Whatever you've got on in the background, can you turn it down for me, please?
Oh, okay.
I'm getting a bit of play.
Sorry. I was watching the Newcastle game.
No, I get that. Yeah, that's why I need you to turn it down because we'll get struck down for that.
All right.
Sky,
Is it okay now?
that's perfect, my friend. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm looking forward to seeing James on that right hand side. It's interesting as well. We know Smalling wouldn't be in the team, but Pereira nowhere near it. Romero nowhere near it, as an example. Delo and James are subject to moves away, so there's an idea that they might be being put in the shop window tonight, as an example. But can you understand why some Man United fans are complaining about this lineup tonight? Some are stating that we should be playing more of our first team. What's your opinions, mate?
Yeah, I can understand your frustration, to be honest. Because Ole has been complaining about match fitness and sharpness. Like, okay, the guys are not match fit, they're not match sharp. This is like, we could take this game like a preseason game, but I think like you made a very, very vital point. What if these guys go on international break and get injured? What's going to happen? You have to make the squad fit. It's not all, for me, it's about the squad, not about just some few players. Yes, we need these guys, but still, I think if you get Danny James fit, if you get Fred, McTominay, these guys can still do a decent job because as it is now, we have to put our hope and our faith on these guys because we don't have new players coming in. So far, so good. They're not coming in. So I'm okay with this. To be honest, I was happy when I saw the squad. Like I can see Danny James. I know everybody wants him to go on loan. Yeah, he could go on loan, but I think if he is on form, it's a very good plus for us. Like we can have him on a very good day. Danny James would do a very good job, very decent job, because we could see when he came in the first season, we saw the pace, we saw that he has potentials. So if he's giving game time, I don't know about Odion Igalo. Yeah, we all know about Igalo and everything, but he's not going to be starting. But Danny James, and I think Juan Mata is, he's old, but I think Juan Mata is good enough to open Brighton up. At least Brighton's second team. Like, if he doesn't play the first team, I know everybody say he's old, he's a dead wood, but I don't think so. I think he has the experience and is technical enough to create some space for Danny James.
I agree. I agree with you. I think, in terms of, I understand people, the problem is with people, they hear Ollie say something like, I need to get more match fitness into my team. And they take these comments, they're so kind of pedantic with these comments. Well, you said you needed your squad to be fitter. You've got a game they can be played in that isn't as important as a league match. Why are you not playing them? It's almost like these people struggle to have critical thought. It's like they struggle to use their brains in the sense of, isn't it obvious? Isn't it as clear as a nose upon the end of your face? It's about balance. Yeah. He wishes that he could play these guys into fitness very, very quickly. But we all know that it's going to be a very busy, very hard season with not more games than usual, but less breaks than usual. No crowd to pep you up. Everything crammed into a smaller time scale. And no one's going to know what the right approach is. And what I mean by no one's going to know, come the end of the season, I think we'll have a better understanding. There's a prediction from sports scientists that there could be up to 60% more injuries this season for clubs than before. Yeah. So some clubs you might look at might be sitting there and saying, well, we're going to play our first team to full fitness straight away, as many games as possible, so they're raring to go. Nobody knows. whether that's the right approach or not. It's all theory. If Man United do it slower and we're a bit more sluggish to begin with, but then we come on like steam trains at the right time, great. There could be other clubs that die a death in the final third of the season and it costs them dear. I just think that everybody is overanalyzing everything we're doing at the moment in the most unprecedented times. I just think it's just relax a little bit. It's a reserve team tonight. It gives everybody a bit of game time because we can't have these reserve players, in my opinion, being rusty and unfit and unready to go. But Terry, thank you very much for coming on, my friend, and having your say. Really appreciate it. It is. And I'm sure that, look, listen, people that don't like Ollie are going to be negative about the starting lineup. But I'm telling you, if he started first teamers, they'd be negative about the starting lineup. Whatever he does, they moan. So why would you pay anyone like that any real attention? A comment here from King Canton. I said there's going to be a lot of muscular injuries this year. There's going to be loads, bruv. There's going to be so many muscular injuries this year. It's unbelievable how many there's going to be. So it's, buckle yourselves in. It's going to happen. There's going to be lots of them. And then be like, oh, why are you playing this guy too much? Why didn't Ollie rest this man? Why didn't Ollie do this? Why didn't Ollie do that? People will be changing their tune like you wouldn't believe. But I hope you guys are all getting, picking your receipts up here. For all the whingers and all the moaners, all the crybabies that are moaning tonight, save their tweets and all that. And if there's an injury or someone, you're playing people too much now, make sure you call them back on this, because these people need calling out. These people are some of the biggest hypocrites you will ever come across in your whole life. And, they're stupid people, they're hypocritical people, and they quite literally go around consistently, week in, week out, just embarrassing themselves. That's all they really do. What my dad always said to me as a kid, like, sometimes when you might be making a crowd laugh, but be careful they're not laughing at you, and make sure they're laughing with you. I see it being the other day. There's a comment here from Jimmy McBride on Twitter that says the moaning about not rotating the team from last season can still be heard loud and clear. And now the same people are moaning because we are rotating the team. That is the tweet. It's literally, that is it. I'm going to quote tweet his tweet and then put the little, I need to find the emoji with the kind of, when you point down, I don't know what it's called. I need to find it. There it is. That's the one. That's exactly what it is. Remember, all this, go and look at the people that were moaning tonight about the team, and then go check what they were saying at the end of last season when there was no rotation. These people are liars, man. Liars. These people are absolute liars and charlatans and fake Manchester United fans, just out there to cause trouble every single day. And if they've got a problem, tell them to come call the show. Simple as that. Comment there says, Mupay, you're a cheat, and I hope Brighton get relegated. Yeah, Ty is a legend. He's a proper legend, man. He's a proper legend. You can't get away from that, how big a legend that guy is. Let's go to some more of these comments. Okay, wow. Some of the comments are making me laugh. Terry, do United players have the right mental attitude and strength for the hectic season ahead? It's a good question, Twisted Bubba. The answer is, I hope so. My answer is, I hope so. I have my doubts because we haven't shown great mental strength for 7 or 8 years. So, Terry, show us the proof. What proof? Oh, what? That the same people moaning now moaned about the lack of rotation? No. Just go and do it yourself. Do it. And it won't be everybody, but if you find someone moaning about about rotating today, just go check their tweets from back way when, and you'll see. You'll see, man. You'll see. You will see. I was chasing a few people up there. Sorry about that. Right, let's do some more. Make sure you're all hitting that like button as well, by the way. We've got another caller on the show here. Delapo is with us. Delapo, welcome to the Football Terrace. What do you want to say, my friend?
Hi, Terry.
Hello, mate.
I just wanted to say, I think today surprisingly enough, I think we're going to have a very good performance. I think the team just needed a little bit of a refresh. I think the hangover of tiredness from players is still sort of evident in the first two games that we've played. We're playing a rotated team. We might get, I still think we might get a lack of creativity from the midfield. In general, energy levels will be up. I think players like McTominay, Fred, good to see them back in the team. James, you could say, fighting for his career. Igalo could say the same thing. Players like that. I think we might actually see just a more energized United team today.
I hear that, and it's why, starting lineups are in. I get people's gripes, and they're allowed them. I just often feel like, why don't you wait and see what happens first? But what it is, people like to get it out early in the hope they can say, see, I was right. People care so much about being right now. It's crazy. We've got Igalo on the line. Igao on the line with us. What do you make, Igao, of people complaining about Man United's starting lineup tonight?
Listen, you don't have to you don't have to worry about these kind of games against a Premier League team playing their second team and another Premier League team playing their second team. I think it's all blown out of proportion, Terry. If you've seen Arsenal versus Leicester, it was a similar type of situation where both teams played their second teams, and always the team with more quality wins, and that's going to be the top team. And Manchester United most likely is going to win this game. And most likely, it's not going to be as scary as team. It most likely is going to be a 2-0 to Manchester United. And all this before game panic, those people are going to look silly, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's like we've said, if you played the starting lineup and there was some injuries, they'd all cry about that as well. Whatever happens, they moan. And it's almost what I love. I wish that Man United could give me the lineups 10 minutes before everybody else, and then I could predict to you what certain people would say about every lineup and get it right. These people are predictable charlatans. They really, really are. I hope we get a good game tonight as well. I hope United play well, because it's been kind of painful watching the beginning of the season where every game's been a slog, as an example. But it's there for the taking. And am I overly bothered if we go out? I don't like going out of the Carabao Cup, or the League Cup, whatever we want to refer to it as. Is it something I sit around and stew over all night when we get knocked out? I've lost finals and been okay the next day. If I lose a Premier League game, it takes me about 2 days to get over it. If I get knocked out of a big tournament like an FA Cup or a Champions League, it's a much deeper, longer lasting impact. But I want my team to play well tonight. I want Man United to win. And I think when we look at the lineup again, I think we've picked a team that is capable of winning. I honestly think they're capable of winning. I'm actually quite excited to see Scott McTominay and Fred play together, actually, because they had a really good run together in the middle before the return of sort of Paul Pogba and Matic after lockdown. So, yeah, from my point of view, I'd love to see that be the case. So I'd love to see them come back and get themselves involved, etc., etc., etc. But yeah, that's just my view. That's just my view and what I would like. Make sure you're hitting that like button for me, please, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear you here. What's this on here? It says slagging off the US and Goldbridge. Wow, the jealousy is real. Who on the Football Terrace has mentioned Mark Goldbridge tonight, or anybody else? Linda Stanley, you're very weird sometimes. Very weird indeed. Very weird person indeed. Overtly weird. But there we go. Let's do some more of these comments here. Darren says, King can... Okay, I can't... Some of your comments are all to each other. Let's do a few more here. I predicted 3-1 to United on the app. That's good. David Butler here says, if the rumours about Dembele's attitude are true, he's exactly what United don't need right now. No, I agree with that. I think, like, from my point of view, I don't think Ollie would sign a player who has an attitude problem. So I have no worries about it. By the way, Newport and Newcastle are in penalty shootouts right now. It's 1-1. I love a penalty shootout. Like, I legit love a penalty shootout regardless of who's in it. Regardless of who's in it, I absolutely love it. So there we go. We're going to add a little guest in here to the show. I'm going to switch this across. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm well, mate. I'm well. I'm kind of excited about this game. I'm kind of excited about it. Is your camera on?
Yeah, wait. I'm just doing something quickly, and then I'm.
Okay, cool. No worries, man. I'm just gonna do that and update that anyway because I'm sitting with. There we go. We've got the Skype box up until you're ready to put it on. Yeah. What do you make of United's lineup, mate? I remember you're someone that was quite critical at the end of last season about no rotation, overplaying players, etc. Are you happy to see some of the fringe play, or would you have preferred to see more first team players in the side tonight?
No, I'm happy that we're seeing more fringe players get a run out. I think Ollie's going to see this as another preseason game, to be honest. But it's not so much the lineup itself that is that I'm interested in. I'm interested in seeing what's it going to be like for certain players. Is this their last chance? Is this I don't know, an opportunity to play themselves into the shop window? Do you know what I mean? For example, Daniel James. Is this his last chance? And he's playing in his favorite position, which is left wing. So I'm like, is this some kind of last chance to say, listen, Dan, this is your opportunity. This is your favorite position. Show me something. Dallo. There's been rumors of him going to, AC Milan, Roma. Is this an opportunity for him to play himself into the shop window, and then they're going to look at what he's good at, what he's not good at, and then they decide whether they're going to take him on loan or not? Like, there's a lot of questions as well. What else? The centre-back partnership, Lindelof-Bailly. What does that mean? Is this some kind of last chance for Lindelof as well? Because, he's been kind of a liability in recent games. So, yeah, there's a lot of questions, man. So I'm not really too bothered about who plays or how we play.
Yeah.
It's more about it's going to be interesting to see this and that and this and that. But like I said, a lot of players, like, it seems like it's their last chance. Like Dallo, Dan James. I feel like, obviously, I don't wish Dan James to have a bad game, but let's say he does. I feel like this could be his last game for us.
Yeah, I agree with you there, mate. I think the low's done, and I think
this is literally his last chance.
Yeah, I think if Alex Telles would have signed for us by now, what you would see tonight is Telles on the left and Williams on the right, in my opinion.
Yes.
As an example, I think Ighalo and James, it's their last opportunity. I honestly think if we bring in, there's rumors that we might end up getting Jovic and Dembele on loan. If both of them come in, Ighalo's barely coming on the field this season.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. He needs to put in a performance tonight, Ighalo, because I know he hasn't played a lot of football since the restart. However, he was looking nice before. Like, he was playing well, putting in decent performances, but he's just been, without being horrible, like rank average. And it's disappointing because he had such a positive start, I felt. Yeah, it's such a positive start. But mate, you're absolutely right. It's going to be intriguing tonight to see this team out there. I'm going to put it up on the screen now so everyone can see the lineup. It's going to be intriguing to see how it works. I'm not really worried about McTominay and Fred. I think they'll do well in the middle between themselves. Defensively, I feel pretty sound. None of the big boys are there, and the fact that Lamptey's not playing and not on the bench makes me quite relaxed, really. We ain't got to worry about Lamptey coming down the wing and twining anybody up. As an example, and we do have some really good players on the bench. So if we need to, so everyone's talking about finessing and getting fitness out. Whatever the score, maybe it's 65 minutes. Maybe you bring on Pogba, Rashford as an example, and give them sort of. You got Pogba on the bench, you got Rashford, Greenwood. Maybe you bring them on. I would like to see. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Menji get a bit of get run out tonight as well. His first, I think, his first actual debut. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think that'd be quite nice for the lad.
I think there's an argument that he could have started today. To be honest with you, it could have been a possibility. Do you know what I mean? To see Bailly and Mengi. So But yeah, I mean, ultimately, if he gets a run out, then it's cool for him as well. I mean, he's a youngster. I don't think he'll demand to play from the start. I think he'll be satisfied with him getting a run out, maybe 15 minutes to go or something, maybe, or second half. Let's see.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think that's right. I think that's right in terms of that. It's just hard at the moment. The problem is it's just we all. It's like I feel like I want to see the kids and everybody get a game, but then I also feel like it's so important to get the sort of the first team up and running and fit and raring to go. When I say first team, I mean first team squad, because you never know. The thing is, you never know when you're going to need these players. We could go for a situation where suddenly we need to rely on a couple of these fringe players, especially if we don't do any business in the next 4 days, 5 days. Mata and James and Agallo and McTominay being fit could become imperative. All it takes is a few injuries over the international break, and we're in like trouble, like legitimate trouble. But I'm sure it'll be okay. Are you confident of the win tonight, or are you just not sure after the way we've started the season?
I mean, I looked at Brighton's team, and we should be able to get a win. I don't see anything else. If we don't beat this team, then serious questions have to be asked.
Yeah.
No, I can see us beat this team. It's a second string team. If we score 2 or 3 goals before halftime, I know it's a lot to ask from a second string team, but if we score 2 or 3 goals before halftime, the game's done. You bring on, the big boys in the second half, and they just do the rest of the business, really. So
yeah, and the thing is, we should be. I don't even want to sound rude, but like we should be beating teams like Brighton, and I know we played them twice in a week. I don't want another game like the other day. Like I can't be sitting here seeing them hit the post like 1,000 times and having more chances than us and the like. But yeah, it's one of them ones, isn't it? We will see. As they say, what happens. We're about 9 minutes away from kickoff now, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're hitting like buttons, share buttons, retweet buttons, getting your super chats in as well. What did you make of all the Pogba news today? Sorry, Sancho news today in terms of... Yeah, I scared myself then. Like, supposedly he's lying about being ill. It's funny because I did misquote, but I gave an interpretation of what I think a journalist meant. He called me out on it, right? I basically put that he's making a transfer request, and he's like, no, I didn't say that, and I changed that. Okay, he's trying to force a transfer. I'm like, I don't really know what the difference is. Probably okay on a semantics level there is, but from a fan level, it's the same difference. But there are some journalists think he's forcing a move. There are others that are saying bid 120 million euros, we get him. And then there are others saying no matter what we do, it's dead. Like, where's your head at with the Sancho deal? Because it's mad right now.
I feel like with everything that's been... Because at one point, remember, all of the rumours and everything about surrounding Jadon Sancho and this, that, and the other, everything went quiet for a bit. Like, even you, like, on your channel, you didn't stop talking about it, but it wasn't as frequent. But now, everything's picking up pace again. Sancho this, Sancho that. Sancho this, Sancho that. He's not flown to Munich. He tested negative for COVID, but he's got a chest infection, which is weird.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
All of these comments and tweets and reports and rumors, I think it's going to happen. It might be one of those where it happens on deadline day, but I think it will happen eventually.
Yeah, I'm a bit like you. I know rivals like, no, I can't believe you believe it, Terry. Rare. My view's just, it won't go away. And
that's the thing.
Even though Dortmund keep saying he's not for sale, like Marco Reus, we're not going anywhere, it don't go away. And even like the German press. So someone said to me today, well, the German press are laughing at our press because they've turned up to the ground. And I'm like, yeah, because we think it's going to happen. And or if Man United bid the money, and the broadcasters have to be ready for it. Because there's a part of me, maybe it's the England-Germany rivalry, as me as an Englishman. I want it to happen so I can be like, I want to laugh at them. Do you know what I mean? I can't help. I'm always going to have a rivalry with Germans between now and to the day I die. It's always going to be friendly, but it's going to be there. It's just an interest, as you say. It's what really has made it pick up pace is the being out of the squad for tonight's Super Cup. That's done it. And if he's not in the squad Saturday, whatever the excuse, then social media is gonna go into overdrive if he's not in that squad. If like Friday night they announce that he's not well, or do you know what? If it changes from not being well, and I hope it does to an extent, if they say, yeah, Sancho's not with us today, why? I just wasn't feeling up to it, or he isn't in the right mental state. It takes that comment and it's just like, it's happening.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
they're the ones, isn't it? He's not in the right mental frame of mind, and whatnot. But yeah, it just depends on the bid, really. I do think we're going to have to bid the £108 million they want.
I think we're going to have to as well. I think we're going to have to. I'm just looking at... I just switched over to the Bayern game quickly. And
what channel is that on? BT?
BT, yeah. Okay, the game started about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, with Sancho, yeah, like you said, there's too much noise. It would be so weird for there to be that much noise and not for the transfer to happen. It would be so weird. Like, I can't see it happening. I mean, I can see it happening, but it would just be weird. It would just be weird.
Yeah, I agree. And what's your thoughts on Dembele and Jovic?
You know what? This morning I listened to your show and Have Hope was on, and he said something that sounded really interesting. I always thought that Dembele going to Barcelona was not the right move. Not because of his career, but because of the playing style. Dembele is not the type of guy who's going to play that one-touch football, tiki-taka. He's someone who holds on to the ball, he'll push it forward, and then show that he's got the pace and the trickery to get past players. So,
yeah,
I think he should. I think as much as people say that he's injury-prone, I think he's made for the Premier League. The pace, the power, the explosiveness. Like, people want to see that here in England. And I believe you put him in a team with the right medical staff. I know we don't have that. But you put him in the right team with the right medical staff. I think he can do bits in the Premier League. I don't think he's made for the Spanish league. And to be honest with you, despite his injuries, sometimes it's looked too easy for him. Like, all he has to do is pick up the ball and just go past people. And because the defenders in Spain are not that quick, it just seems like he's a world class. Well, he is, but
no, mate, bro, and I get that,
game.
man, and I think you make a great point there, and I feel the same about Jovic, because the only thing that worries me about
that was a big mistake from him to go to Real Madrid. Yeah, huge mistake. I seen it coming from miles away.
Yeah, Dembele, to me, the only concern I have is injuries. Ollie is not picking up. Ollie's not picking a player with a bad attitude. I've made my mind up on that, but it comes down to injuries with him. Jovic and him, they've both had bad. Imagine getting them both on a year loan with an option to buy for a decent amount of money. It's basically like try before you buy, sale or return. It could be. I mean, and that would, for me, mask any pain of not getting Sancho. But you could even find a world where, I mean, there are some talks that we could land Sancho and steal one of those two. I mean, imagine getting Sancho and then bringing Jovic in on loan as well, plus Tellers. Suddenly, it's like title challenge. I'm not getting, but it changes things. And we've got a few super chats here. First one from Who Me says, remember a few years ago, some players were injured with torn knee ligaments, and it came out they were banned for 6 months for drugs and caught with testing. Take everything with a pinch of salt. Well, I don't think you're suggesting that Dembele has been taking drugs, but there could be other reasons people are said to be out. There are some rumors that he was faking the injuries. I don't know. Like, I haven't read on it. Harrison here of a super chat says, it goes, so happy I recently came across this channel. Die-hard Chelsea fan, but I'm here because I love the channel. Good luck to United. They should be beating Brighton even with their second team. In fairness, this is Brighton's pretty much it's Brighton's strongest defensive lineup, but there's a lot of players that didn't start Saturday, so it's their second team as well. Thank you for the super chats. Any questions you have over the course of the next 90 minutes, get your super chats in. You can sign up to become a member as well. All the information for that is inside our description below. Hit the like button. Taking a knee just before kickoff.
You know what I wanted to say about Dembele as well?
Yeah, go on, mate.
Obviously, that's if he comes in. I know he's got huge problems with attitude and discipline and all these things. I think you bring him to Manchester United, I think he's going to want to come, one, because two of his French friends are here, Pogba and Martial. And obviously, I'm not within the French squad. I don't know what's going on, the ins and outs, the details. But one thing I do know is that Pogba's respected. He's a respected figure in the French squad. You bring Dembele in and you tell Pogba to sit down with him and to explain him that, listen, this is a new opportunity for you. This is like a clean slate. You're allowed to start from scratch again, and you're going to make mistakes. It's normal, but just keep yourself in check. Like the discipline, work on it. I feel like if you tell a Pogba to do that, he'll do it, because Bruno came in. You've all heard the stories of Bruno coming in, and the second day Pogba's sitting at the table with him and, you know, giving him that book of the houses and telling him what house you want, what apartment you want. I feel like if a Dembele comes in, automatically the chemistry is going to be there with Martial and Pogba. So it would make sense if he really comes in.
And you'll probably find on a level, he's probably met the likes of Rashford and others at events. And these guys are going to, you know, this is the thing now with the international world we live in. Because of social media, you'll probably find a lot of them have the same taste in clothes, in music, in fashion.
Yes.
Like a lot of the young lads together. Like even like someone like Williams. Williams isn't from the same background as Dembele. A man from a council estate in Manchester. Dembele's from a different world. But you look at I look at the way they both dress and things they get up to, and like it's pretty similar.
Very similar.
Like they're going to have these kind of connections, and it is a new start for the lad. Jerry, thank you for upgrading your membership to first team member. I appreciate that. And who scored here with another super chat saying, Aaron, I've been watching for a while. Great addition to the channel, Terry. Good intellectual points as always. Makes a nice change.
That, man.
Cool, calm, and collected. Yeah, absolutely. That's why we don't have. Well, actually, no, I'm a liar. Right? We do. We have all types of characters on the Football Terrace, from outrageous people like Angry Kai, right through to the intellectuals like Aaron. And I don't mean intellectuals in overall life. I just mean some people are football intellectuals, some people are football hotheads, and some people are a mixture of all those things. As an example, of course, we had loads of ladies on last night, loads of Spurs fans. We're going to get them more. So one thing we do need to do in the channel is get more and more females involved. It's important.
Saying that, I'm looking forward to the Spurs preview though. I'm looking for.
Yeah, I've got to pick probably 3 each. Well, 2 United fans because I'm on it, and then 3 Tottenham fans, and we go on. That'll be a good one. It's the first top 6
really
preview
good
of the season involving Man United, so it's going to be an interesting one. Do you know what? First 3 minutes, we've held on to the ball quite well.
Hey, listen, it's looking good. But like I said, it's a second string Brighton team. We should be able to beat these guys.
Yeah. No, I agree. Mike here says, Aaron, who is gonna sit down and tell Pogba that? Ollie,
yeah, that's what I just said.
Like people got to understand that Ollie and Pogba get on very well.
Good.
Like people, like the one thing you can't label Ollie is that he hasn't got the players on side. I think that people. There's not a sign of discontent, resentment, nothing like that. And
I mean, Ollie coached Pogba in the reserves. So
like Pogba's known him since he was a kid.
In and out.
Yeah, exactly.
They know each other. So he'd probably, obviously, if it does happen again, the first thing he'll do is go to Pogba and be like, okay, what's Usman like? What's he like? What's his character like? What's he like with his teammates? Is he a quiet guy? Is he loud? What's he like? So obviously, Pogba
exactly the same way that Ollie used Patrice Evra to get in contact with Ronaldo so that he could find out and whatnot. Like he obviously knows Ronaldo a little bit. They played together 3 or 4 years, but obviously didn't have his number. Oh, Scotty Mac! So one thing I love about Scotty Mac, where he goes into a tackle like that, he's like, I'm gonna have you.
Yeah, he's not scared.
No. There we go. Another super chat here from who says Dembele depends on price. It's a risky one. How hungry is he for it now? 2 barren years at Barcelona. He could be rejuvenated with a move, or he could just get bait, or could just go through the motions. Could go either way. And it can. I suppose the way I look at it is this: not all of Ollie's signings have done as well as we had hoped. So I'd look at Dan James and Igalo as examples. Not as good as I would hoped, but you can't claim that anyone he's signed has come in and looked lazy, hasn't tried. And I know that we want to move beyond just, he works hard. But I think if Dembele comes in, it will be on the prerequisite that he works hard and does well. And you're right, he's had those 2 barren years. And if he's got any minerals about him, any character about him, and he wants to make it as, he wants to fulfill that potential, you've got to come and work hard. And I think that the great thing about it being a loan, if he doesn't show that, you just you can get rid of him in January. Have a clause in cancel at any time, whatever. And then I think, as you say, the Martials, the Pogbas, the Rashfords, the Brunos of this world, they'll be straight on him. No messing about.
And that's the thing. That's why I talked about figures like Pogba and Bruno. If he comes into the team, they will make sure he's comfortable, yes, but they'll tell him off as well, because I think at Barcelona, who's really telling him off? I heard there was another story. Oh, wow. Okay, Fabrizio just tweeted now. Man United have now opened talks with Barcelona for Ousmane Dembele. MUFC are offering a loan for Dembele while Sancho will deal with Dortmund is stalling. Man United also contacted players' agents, putting so much effort to convince the player who already refused a loan to Liverpool in June.
So what you're telling me?
So we're really trying to get him.
So what Fabrizio's saying is that Dembele could have rejected Liverpool and might pick us. mate, you got to we got to do the propaganda, innit? Do you know? Yeah. Listen, man, I'm telling you now, right? The only caveat is injuries. On ability-wise, I don't think he's as good as Jadon Sancho, but that's big, man. That's big news.
What? I actually thought that was BS, you know, like this whole time. I thought that was BS. I thought that was a smokescreen, honestly. Oh, that was a good flick from Dallo.
It was. Yeah, but it might... See, sometimes smoke screens are also real, though. It's that case of, well, let's start working hard on that. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, he gave it, ref.
Lovely little move from Matt.
That was nice. That was quality from him. But, you know, sometimes, like, it's... How do I put this in the right way? I want to make this... I want to sound sensible when I say this, which I'm not always sensible. Like, start working on this deal because Sancho might not happen. But then if Sancho suddenly comes alive again, because maybe Dortmund go, oh, but if Dembele goes there and delivers, then they may not come in for him next year. And what they want next year, think about what the media have sold. What they want next summer is a bidding war. And they want a bidding war and the money off the back of it. But if Man United get Dembele and Dembele delivers, maybe we don't go in. Maybe we legitimately don't go in for him next year. Because if Dembele comes in and kills it and stays fit and we can get him for 50 million, why are you going to double that? You're not. And this is where clubs then go, oh, actually, United, we will take 80 plus 20. Maybe. They might not, but this is the game. This is the name of the game. Listen, man. Get them both. Get them both! Get them both, bruv!
Listen. If we get both, oh my goodness. Imagine starting a game with Greenwood and then the game doesn't go well. Like, you're struggling. Usually you'd look on the bench and, Pereira, Dan James. But imagine, Ollie looks at his bench and he goes, Sancho, Ousmane, get ready, please. That would be so sick.
Bruv, and then he's like, and then he's like, if that don't work, Jovic, come here. Jovic. Jovic, come here, bruv. I need you in the middle because Alex Telles from one side and Bruno and Pogba from the other are going to be whipping some balls in.
That would be insane.
Quality, bruv. Let's go.
Yeah, that deserves one.
Let's go. Long way to go yet. But this is the thing, right? These little this all may still be just to get Sancho. And it might lead to us getting Sancho, by the way, which is still amazing talks. And maybe this is why United have left it this long. You know, it's all part. It's why I say to people, wait for the ending before you judge a film. I've watched some films before where I've loved it, and then the ending has killed it, and I've been, this is the worst film. Other times you get to the last 20 minutes, and it's like, that film just became one of the best films I've seen because of how it ended. United are playing really well as well, you know. Go on, Scotty Mac. It's a nice pass.
They're playing really good. Go on, Igalo. Bit of footwork. Come on.
He needs someone.
There you go. Yes. Put it back to him.
Oh! Nice football. Scotty Mac playing like Prime Zidane there, bruv. Love that. I'm shameless.
The key words for me here, United are putting so much effort into convincing Dembele. Might have to call Pogba after all.
It's true, bro.
Might have to ask him to message him.
It's how you just don't know how these things go always. That's a good ball to the back, Vindel. Thought Vindeloff was going to try to head it back. Should have gone for goal. Mike here says, nah, guys, I'm sorry. I don't buy that. I don't think Pogba listens to anyone, to be honest. I think Pogba still needs to do the things he would be... I think Pogba still needs to do the things he would be asking Dembele to do. You know, Mike, I think you're entitled to that opinion. But my view is no. My view is I think Pogba's a top lad, a nice guy. I know people that have had interactions with him and his family personally. They're not poisonous. They're not nasty. They're not these bad characters. People pretend they are. I'll criticize Pogba's performances, but this notion that he's this virus that people say, I don't believe it. I don't buy into it. Not for one singular second do I think that's true. Not one.
Because if literally everyone he's played with and everyone he's encountered in his life says that he's a good guy, he's polite, he's respectful. If everyone says that, down to the tea ladies, but you've got one or two people saying he's a virus, I think
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So
now,
I respect that opinion as well, but saying that he doesn't listen to anyone, I think that's very far-fetched, man. Very far-fetched. If he didn't listen to anyone, I don't think he'd be at Manchester United anymore.
No, Ollie wouldn't have him, and people can call Ollie. So, again, if you listen to people that talk about Ollie, and I know that Jamie Jackson's got the book coming out soon, and he spoke to dozens of people that know Ollie personally. Ollie has the persona as, he's quite soft and whatnot. He isn't, man. Like, Ollie is a fairly ruthless man. He just isn't.
Oh, put some pressure, Dan. Come on.
He's just not public about a lot of it.
I think there was a time where I was questioning, is Ollie severe enough? Is he this? Is he that? And then in what game was it? I think it was the City game. Literally stood up from his chair and then screamed on the pitch, and he was like, "Jesse, you do that again, you're off." I'm like, okay, that's what I was waiting for. That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, mate. I think, and he has those moments. I know a lot of people I want him. You said you want him up on the sidelines more, and I think I want to see a bit more of that. Equally, though, when he does come down and shout at someone, it's going to be a lot more impactful because it'll be Jesus. He's never off his seat, and now for me, my mistakes, he is. So there's swings and roundabouts to it. But listen, Ollie isn't going to be everybody's cup of tea. If he can up his win percentage this season by 10 to 15%, all that will go away. And with the signings we're looking at now, it could seriously happen. It's mad. Do you know what I love as well, though? You know the people...
Makes sense now.
Go on, mate. What's that?
Barcelona are still trying to get Memphis Depay because Koeman wants him. If Dembele leaves, if Dembele will accept to leave the club, and if an agreement can be reached with MUFC, Depay deal would be easier. Personal terms already agreed between Barca and Depay.
So what also sometimes helps you in terms of Man United in this situation is if you know your club is like, we want to sign a replacement, but we need you to leave for it. This is a mentality thing again.
Right.
Where some players would be like, you don't want me, do you? And although when he said no to Liverpool, he might have done it with all the intentions of staying, but the club are still like, no, we want someone else. We don't want you.
And at the time, none of this, none of the drama around the club had happened yet. In June, they weren't playing Champions League yet. They hadn't get smashed 8-2 yet. Messi hadn't come out with all his statements yet. Do you see what I mean? So at the time, you're right. He probably thought, well, I'm good, so why would I go?
Exactly. It's going to be such an interesting one. It really is. It's going to be such an interesting deal and everything else that sort of surrounds it.
These next 4 days, Terry, get ready.
Oh, man. They're going to be on fire. I know a lot of people will say, why do you leave it this late? Again, that's what I'd love to do. I'd love to interview Woodward and Co. and ask them those questions, not to try and catch them out and be like I'm interviewing some politician. Why did you do it? What's the rationale? Be transparent with us. They might not be able to, though, because maybe there's... let's see what happens with it. Let's see what happens. Because you might now see Dortmund go, oh, crap, and change their minds about something.
Yeah.
And so that's what I mean. I don't think all smoke screens are actual smoke screens. I think sometimes it's, well, we'll look elsewhere then, and they're serious about it. And then somebody else might change their mind and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the end, goodbye Lindelof, but I think there's a bit of handball in that.
I didn't know that McAllister guy is actually Argentinian.
Yeah, I want to say
he's got Irish descendants.
Yeah,
Irish forefathers.
Yeah, something like that. When I first saw the name, I thought, is he Scottish or Irish? And then it sounds like Argentinian. I was like, that's not. It is a bit strange. Yeah.
It's very strange.
I remember the first time I had a colleague joined Barclays when I worked there, and his name was legitimately John Smith. And he came in, and we were told, he's moved to the UK from India about 7 months ago. He's like Indian descent, and it says his name's John Smith. And I was young, and I'm like, what? I don't get it. Why John Smith? Like, I'd never seen. And I asked him first day. I said, mate, I don't mean to sound rude. I said, John Smith, and he said, do you not know that there's like millions of Christians in India? And I was like,
in India, yeah, that's true.
I was like, no, I heard that, but I didn't get the name. He goes, but we take Christian names. And I was like, that's such a dumb thing not to get, that we have Christian names here, but we often refer to them as like English names, but they're not. And he was like, yeah, it's a huge, and I was like, wow, that's just amazing. And that's why sometimes you see names and you assume, that must be from, my surname is French. So often if people see my surname, I always get asked that question, like, oh, are you French? I'm like, yeah, great, not me, mate. But yeah, you look at the surnames, like, that's a bit of French. No, unfortunately not. We're not. I wish I could speak another language. It's probably my only regrets. I used to sleep during French class, really. That was it.
I mean, it's never too late, man. It's never too late. I think if you really want to learn the new language, and you put 100% into it for about 6 months, I think you can learn any language in the world, no matter how hard it is. And
mate, you are right. I could. It's generally I want to, but I don't want it more than other priorities at the moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'd have to drop a lot of the YouTube stuff, and I'm just not prepared to drop that yet. If that makes sense. But something I would encourage younger people to do. Like my banking career, I could have done so much more if I could have spoke Spanish. Oh, the opportunity Spanish opens for you. German's pretty good, but it's a lovely ball, Williams. Matt, back across to Carlo. That pass from Williams was lovely.
Uncle Iggy, man.
That pass from Williams is very good. And then Matt, a first time round the corner. But man like Williams, that pass, you know. Got to praise that pass. Got to praise that pass.
That was a good pass. Very good.
I say we started really well. What's the irony? Our first good performance of the season, we'll probably lose. But you know, it's nice. Like we've opened them up. Like statistically, like it's been a good start to the game. I want to see some more attempts like that. That was. I think. I don't know how many shots there've been this game. There's not been many.
No, not many.
That's the first one we've had.
Our first one, maybe. Yeah.
I wonder how many Man United fans right now are struggling to concentrate on the game without looking at social media for the updates from Fabs.
It's so hard. It's so hard, man.
Yeah, football's changed in that way now. I say it all the time, but it's become a commodity in itself now. The transfer market. It's almost. I almost think. Oh,
thank God.
Go on, Fred, beat him.
Oh, that pass was horrible, McTominay, man. You can do better than that.
Yeah, that's bad even for McTominay. The comment here I see on Twitter says, Igalo, James and Williams for Jovic, Telles and Sancho, please. When you say it like that, the upgrade is just like...
massive.
Do you know what I mean? It's like going from a Nokia 3210 to an iPhone 10X Plus with a free case. And I don't even mean that in a horrible way, bruv, because the 3210 is good. It's just levels.
Yeah, man. It's the levels.
There's levels to this. It's interesting though with Brighton. It's just showing that stat there. Can you see it? All their attacks, 81% are down Delo's side.
Yeah.
It's like I said to a lot of United, in my opinion, Delo, I think he's pretty good going forward. Defensively, the man's a liability, and Brighton are trying to exploit that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Van der Beek get a bit more in the game. It's nice football. Here we go.
Van der Beek's got a bit of a free role now because he's everywhere.
Yeah, he definitely. He's obviously playing the Bruno role tonight.
Yeah.
Switch it out wide. Go on, Delo. You're good at beat. You can beat him.
Show what you can do, man. He's got that in him. I can see it, and he's showing it.
That's nice.
Yes,
it's lovely. Unlucky. That's nice though. I want to see more of that. You know, encourage that. Encourage that.
But you got this, man. You got this.
Sometimes with the team we've got now, with the front, like when you think about our main first 11, sometimes I think I wish we had like a 7-8 year younger Mata in that 10 role.
Honestly, yeah.
Like peak Juan Mata in that 10 role with the front three we've got now. Like when he joined, what we had in an attacking side of things, I don't mean it rude. Like you had an aging Van Persie, a past his best Wayne Rooney, like. You know, you had Fellaini up there quite a bit. We just never had what we had now. He could have done some bits there. Who says, strangest random name I ever knew. My teacher as a kid, Mr. Thumb, lived at Thinger Road. Can you imagine that's actually true? I had a client when I used to sell mobile phones. I swear to God, it's one of the best stories. I think it's funny. So
yeah.
They brought him and his wife brought bills in for their proof of addresses, right? And his name was Chris, and his surname was Mycock, right? Didn't think anything of it. Chris Mycock was his name, right? But on his, it made me laugh, right? He goes, "Oh, can you make sure the bill comes? Because you could put the personalization in, so when the bill comes, it comes on. It could be Mr. Christopher Mycock or Miss Chris." And he goes, "Oh, can you make sure it says Mr. C? I want my initial only, and then Mycock." And I laughed, and I was like, "Oh, really?" I said, "You want it?" He goes, "Yeah, I like everything to say Mr. C Mycock." He goes, and that makes people laugh. And I thought, fair play. He's laughing. I was giggling, and he went, "You wait, you don't know what my wife's name is yet, do you?" I hadn't even looked. Her name was Pat. And so on all their bills, it always read Mr. C Mycock and Mr. Pat Mycock, and I thought that's quality. Like that's the surname. At least they have jokes of it. Always made me laugh. Always made me die. That did. I was like 18-year-old boy selling phones, and I'm like, that's funny actually. Brighten my day up. Well away, McTominay.
Ooh, we need to be careful there.
Yeah. Wow.
Keepers, there we go.
Well, and Henderson. It's mad, you know. I don't have any nerves about Henderson being in goal at all. I'm just completely at ease. Even with Romero, I always felt nervous for whatever reason.
Same.
But with Henderson, I'm just like, this is great. A bit like and this is what I want our attacking lineup to get to in midfield, where if it was announced that De Gea was injured, I'd be upset for De Gea. But I'd be relaxed, bruv. I would legitimately be relaxed. Jeez. Ball over the top, didn't come off there. Someone here saying Flex is leaving the United stand. I know you're making that up now. Relax yourself with those kind of rumours.
Oh.
Funny.
Leave Flex alone, man. Leave Flex alone. Let him do his thing, man.
People just write some random stuff.
Yeah.
Like, Flex is leaving. Why would you even say that? Mad. Your video on leaving United Stand's done like 100,000 views now, bruv.
I didn't expect it to be that many views. Like, honestly, I really didn't.
It's mad.
Yes, Williams, good.
That's nice.
Oh,
Fred.
Fred. Oh.
That's just a little sloppy, because if that pass goes
Yeah.
through, we've opened them up.
Absolutely.
Careful, Lindelof. I thought it was the low for a second. Pushing him in the back. You know what they're like nowadays? Someone just fall over.
And it's a penalty. So easy to get a penalty nowadays.
Oh, that's good football. Good
Oh,
shot.
good
Good save. Well done.
Good
Well
save.
done, Hendo. Comment from Brian King says, why the hell do teams like Brighton, who have no chance of winning the league, play weakened sides in the cup? Surely they should go all out. Do you know why, bro? Because they want to stay in the Premier League. Because that's worth £150 million a year minimum. That's domestic TV money, plus 50, 60 million more international TV money. It's just become more important because the players know. From a lot of, especially clubs outside the traditional top 6, top 7. So when I used to manage players at Wolves, when they were in the Championship and I first got involved with the club, all their new signings, a lot of this Portuguese sort of invasion they had, they all signed pretty good, all good money, like massive money for at people like us. But all of them had clauses where if they went to the Premier League, their salaries were tripled and quadrupled, depending on who the player was. So you could have a guy going from 20,000 a week to like 80,000 a week just by getting promoted. But equally, lovely Fred. Oh, in the pass.
Unlucky.
Come on, mate.
Oh, he's getting
I got the foul
good.
at least. That's good. That's good. Yeah, but equally, if they get relegated, it goes down. So if you're a player, if you're a Brighton player and you're now in the Premier League and you're on 50 grand a week, you might have a clause that says if you get relegated, your salary goes in half. So even from your point of view as a player, you're like, no, the league is most important because you want to earn your 45 bags a week as opposed to it dropping maybe. So I get why. I do get it. It's sad. The only way to fix it, again, is do the deals differently. Where actually winning, if winning the League Cup at a prize of like 20 million, 30, 40 million pounds and a Champions League spot, people will go for it. But until the money's there, no one will, ever.
How much do you think you get as a team, as a club, for winning the not the FA Cup, the League Cup?
Oh, in prize money,
probably
about maybe £2 million.
Oh,
it's a nothing, bro. I think the FA Cup's about 4 mil. A bit of TV money, but not a lot. Not a lot.
Okay.
It's like if they went back to Europe and they split the money, and at the moment the ratio is night and day between Europa League and the Fred shooting.
Ooh, what a shot!
Those shots always confuse me, mate. If that was either side of the goalie, like in near the corners, that's a goal with that pace. The amount of times you see those shots just go straight at goalkeeper, it's mad. I think it's for every £100 million of prize money and TV money given out in the Champions League, the equivalent is about 10 million in Europa League. If that changed and it was, say, 70 in the Champions League and, say, 30 to 40 million in Europa League terms, the Europa League would be taken more seriously. And it would make both competitions better. But greed will always out. It's why all the top teams in Europe want a kind of a guaranteed, like an NBA-style Champions League where all the major teams are guaranteed in it every year, so the money's there. Man United would love an NBA-style Premier League where everything's a guarantee. But that's why I love the relegation. I love the sort of Bournemouth stories and the Brighton story. I think they're beautiful. It's what I love about football over the American sports.
Yeah. For anyone that's interested, Bayern Munich 2, Dortmund 1, 1 minute till halftime. Goals from Thomas Müller, Corentin Tolisso, and Julian Brandt for Dortmund.
Who me here says a client I had in work in finance on the system. No joke. Google him. I can't even pronounce that name. I can't even pronounce those names. But there we go. I'll have a little Google of them. Who's me? I will do. I promise. Thank you for the super chats. Get your super chat questions and points in. 30 minutes on the clock here. I'm going to run to the bathroom.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Go on.
Oh, shit, they're on a counter. Oh, no. It's going to be a free kick there. Jeez. Oh. That's lazy there by Delo, though. Looking at that back. Look at him just trotting back so slowly. It's very lazy there from Delo. I want to see a lot more energy and effort there from him. Terry doing a Dyer. That actually made me laugh last night. You don't see it very often where players have to go and do that. I was like, that's funny. And then the way Mourinho lost his temper. I felt it was a bit more like, well, why is someone not covering him? Like, there was a big hole. That could have put him out as well. Like, Hudson-Odoi should have scored that. It was such an easy chance.
Yeah.
And he absolutely spooned it. Spooned it over the bar.
Oh, Fred, man, that's the third time.
Yeah, his passing in that middle area forward has been really poor. All right, let's get over here. Yeah, that's where we get let down. That's where we let ourselves down as a team, and we've let ourselves down as a team all season. Is we've had balls in those positions, and it's not just Fred tonight. It's been Pogba. I've seen McTominay do it tonight. I've seen Matic do it. Where they just the passes don't even look that hard, and we're kicking it straight to the opponent. And if that one pass gets through, we're in the half space and we have an opportunity, and it's frustrating. 33 minutes on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Such a tight game as well, though, looking at the stats here. Like, there's not really been opportunities galore. There's been 2 shots each from both sides, which is nothing really. Just 2 chances created by Man United, one by Mata, one by Delo. But there hasn't been an abundance of anything really in this game so far. Like, nothing at all to write home about. Thank you, Marcus, for becoming a squad member of the Football Terrace. It means a lot. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mark People said, United are poor tonight. No cutting edge at all in the final third. Yeah, do you know what? I think we started off brightly. We've moved the ball okay at times, but it's been final balls again. You know, we created one good chance. Agallo, for me, should be doing better and putting that away. He didn't. But it's been 3 times from Fred and at least once from McTominay. We've had the ball in good positions. It's a fairly simple pass into one of the front 3, into the half spaces, in between the lines, and we haven't pulled it off. That's where we've let ourselves down. The good thing is, we ain't been under the cosh either. So I'd be more nervous right now if we were having our door battered down. So let's grow from here. I want to see Dan James get more in the game because I haven't really seen Dan James at all yet in this game. Monsieur said, has there been a dire situation before? I don't know. I can't remember it. Oh, that's nice by Williams and Van der Beek. Go on, Williams. Oh, he got tackled. Don't foul him, Williams. Well in Fred. Fred, when it comes to winning the ball back, that's where Fred's quality. It's just that passing. Not good
Yeah,
enough.
it's the passing today that's not good from Fred.
I love how Williams tried to finesse that penalty. Good attempt, bro. Well in, Scotty Mack. That's nice, Scotty. That's nice, Scotty. My guy, Scotty.
Bailly looking solid again, man.
Yeah, Bailly's
Honestly,
very
should be
good
starting
tonight.
in the league.
They look very good tonight. Very good indeed tonight. Yeah, no, he has looked good. I really want to see him and Maguire try and... Oh, it's bad to give it away. They've got a man over as well here. You've got to be careful. Oh, Scotty!
Got away
I
with
thought
it,
Scotty was going to give a penalty away there. We did get away with that. Silly buggers at the back. In fairness, Henderson had it covered. He pulled his hand away. So as dangerous as that was, weren't no real problems there.
Mm.
Quite a few people here saying Bailly looks really fit as well. Yeah, he does.
He does, man.
He does. He looks... Oh, the low. Jesus.
That was horrible.
That's like
Go on,
schoolboy
Igalo.
stuff.
Strength. There you go. And again.
Oh,
And again.
get it back. Come on, man. A comment here says Sancho is going to sign for United when he's 30 years of age. Yeah, my view is this: like, I want him, I really want him, but I don't want him turning into another. Although he's better than like a Gaetan or a Wesley Sneijder, where every summer for like 4 or 5 years we were linked with that player.
Mm.
Those were the pressing days back then. You could see the Glazers with their penny pinching, man. Like, oh, so many good players added to the squad. That would have meant that the squad wouldn't have weakened in the same way it did by 2013, and we may never have been in this situation.
Yeah.
But there we go. In the other games tonight, Newcastle went through on penalties after drawing 1-1 with Newport County. I believe City are already 3-0 up in their game against Burnley. 2 goals from Raheem Sterling, 1 from new player Torres as well. So they're 3-0 up in that match already. Everton beating West Ham 1-0. That man again, Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Oh my God.
Scored again tonight. An assist from Michael
He's on
Keane.
fire.
He is. If it's an assist from Michael Keane, that tells me it was a caught from a set piece, like headed down and man's tapped it in, but goal's a goal.
Or it could be a long ball.
Could be a long ball. Michael Keane can play a little bit from the back.
Yeah.
Michael Keane's another one of those young United players that I remember for years people were saying to me, he's going to be good enough, man. He shouldn't be out on loan. He should be here playing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we get so dragged in by that every year. There's always an academy player that's going to make it.
Always one.
In terms of be like top. And I'm like, eh. History tells us that doesn't happen too often. Ooh.
Yeah.
What's interesting about Williams as well, I'd be quite intrigued to see Williams, who is more offensively minded than defensive, play on the right because he's right-footed. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, what didn't matter. 5 minutes till half-time, people. Still neither team really making the other one kind of stretch too much. We had that good chance with Igalo, but that was ages ago now. I want to see us create more than that. Really haven't utilised Dan. Dan James has done nothing so far tonight. Van der Beek's been quiet. We haven't got the ball into Van der Beek enough in those areas. And I suppose that's been those bad passes from the midfield, but needs to improve. Definitely needs to improve. That's better. Oh, Scotty Williams' ball was overhit.
Yeah.
Now they've got a chance on the counter. Careful. It's fine. Terry, what's your favourite position? You mean in football? Be specific. In football, I don't really have. Never thought about it. To play, linesman. I like running the line. I don't know. Ask me. Be specific. In what context? Mike here says, if Sancho doesn't sign for United and they go with another option like this window, he will undoubtedly sign for Liverpool next season. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Sancho for... Nah, I don't see that happening.
We will see. Depends if you man can get Mbappe or not.
Exactly. If you get Mbappe, I don't think Sancho's going there.
These are the things. I'm not saying United are going to get Mbappe. I'm not even putting that out. Well, I am putting that out there right now. We might not get Sancho this year, but imagine it means we get... Like, you know, you sort of like... This is what I say about history. We missed out on Ronaldinho, which was sad. But it meant we got Cristiano Ronaldo. Mm-hmm. And you just don't know whether Ronaldinho would have worked out or not in England and Man United. He probably would have done. But we know what we did with. Absolutely. But we know what we did with Ronaldo, and it's like I would never undo our brilliant history at the risk of but you could have done it even better. It's like Shearer. I always felt I love Ollie. I always felt if we'd have signed Alan Shearer with his goal scoring ratios, we could have won even more trophies. But you never know. We might have won less. Look what happened with Ruud van Nistelrooy. As brilliant as he was, we only won one league title in the whole time he was here.
Yeah.
That's not that great. Like as an output, it's, we were much better before and after him as an overall team. So sometimes it's just, I don't know. It's not always about getting your number one target. Sometimes it's what players turn into. Oh my God, Matta's so slow. He's got away from him though. Go on, Matta. It's a yellow card as well. In fairness, he was. I don't know who was chasing back. Burn. Yeah, I mean he's got more. It's funny when you see like Burn's so slow. He made one Matta look fast.
Looks tall.
Look at the size of him to Matta. Jesus. He is huge. What is he? Got about 6'4", 6'5", if not bigger.
Yeah, it has to be.
Right, free kick coming in here. It's decent! McTominay! Yeah! Scotty Mac! Scotty Mac! Do you know what I do love about Carabao Cup? Once it's given, it's given. There's no VAR. So you just know you can celebrate and be like, yes! Go on, the boys! Because that's
Van der Beek's asking him, are you not offside?
He's definitely on. He's
on.
onside there. Look at that. And then bang, buried it. Bay nearly getting his way as well, you know. Boom.
Typical.
Go on, Scotty. Yes. Happy with that. It's a good finish as well, you know. I've seen Maguire in the last 12 months miss about 8 of them. So fair play to Scotty Mac. My guy. Told you, best midfielder at the club, bro. No, joking. It's jokes. It's jokes, everyone. I feel better now. By the way, did you see that thing that the In The Know account got right earlier? I tweeted about it.
What did you say, sorry?
The Premier League In The Know account, right? So on the 28th, so 2 days ago, he said Everton and Fulham are both opening negotiations with Norwich for Ben Godfrey. He got called a liar. And then today at 5:40, he says Everton have made a bid of 20, he was specific, he said £26 million.
Yeah.
And then an hour and 7 minutes later, Sky confirmed it as being real, the first major outlet. It's not even that you got the. It's what I mean about him. He gets these things right an hour or two before the mainstream media get it, which tells me it's accurate. But it's the little detail. It's like the 26 million. He can't be lucky enough to guess it like that.
Yeah.
Unless Sky have just seen his tweet and put it out there and gone, right, we'll copy him. But no, it says another one that the In the Now account got right. But there we go. United 1-0 up. McT, brother. Happy with that. Happy with that. There we go. All right, let's hold on to this lead until half-time now. No silly buggers. No conceding now.
Exactly.
There we go. Half-time. 1-0.
Half-time.
Take that.
We can make changes now. Bring other people in. Kill the game.
Exactly. Yeah. Give people a bit of fitness, a bit more. Mike here said Liverpool just signed Jota as Mane's replacement and will be looking for a young type talent as Salah's replacement, can sign Sancho and Mbappe together.
Yeah.
You're getting both, mate, in the same summer, bruv. But when you say replacement, do you mean you think you're going to... See, this is what I don't see happening. I don't see Liverpool, because they're only going to be 28, 29. They will replace those boys, but I can't see them selling both in one summer, and neither Mbappe or Sancho join to sit on the bench. So unless you sell both and sign those other two straight away, that could never happen. And then you're taking this big risk of taking out two of the most potent and consistent attacking players in Liverpool's history and in his current team, with two younger players who have never played a professional game in the Premier League and going, go on then, keep us at the top. It's hard, man. It's hard. It's a hard thing to... I don't think you'll get... I think you could sign both over a course of time, but to integrate both in one summer and just get rid of two of your best players, I mean, that would be like during Barcelona's peak years. That would have been like going, right, we're getting rid of Xavi and Iniesta, and we're bringing in two young up-and-coming guys that are going to be good at the same time. It's just mad. That's like, all right, we're going to get rid of Xavi and Iniesta, and we're going to bring in Verratti and Pogba. Two top players, but you never know if it's going to work in the same way. So I doubt that, my bro. I doubt that.
Yeah.
What have you made of the performance so far from United, mate?
I've seen us play worse. It was a second-string Brighton team, or it is a second-string Brighton team. So I did expect us to score a bit earlier. But it's good that we got it in the first half. That was my main concern. We need to get the first goal in the first half. Not to say so that we can be comfortable, but just to say that, it's a good start. It's a very good start. And now we just have to hold on to that lead. Second half, you bring in the big boys. They finish off the job, and that's it. Easy.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I mean, I thought we've done okay. I mean, I would like to have seen a few more opportunities and chances created in the game, which we haven't managed to be able to do. But overall, it's been decent. I mean, we've created 3 chances. They've created 3. They've had 4 shots. We've had 3 shots. I want to see a bit more dominance in that second half, considering we've had more of the ball. But overall, and we're in the lead. And what I would say about their shots, when we look at if we go to the chalkboard and actually look at their shots, they've all been pop shots. You got the one here that I'm going to highlight from right near the end, whose name I can't pronounce. It's Jan. I can't pronounce it. That dude. That dude. He's was from there. Like they've all been shots from the edge of the box. None of them have come from creating opportunities. Where McTominay's was from a good cross that went in. You had Igalo's that was from good football that nearly went in, and they had a 1 shot from distance. So we've actually opened them up twice now. I want more in the second half, but we've played the better football. We've been the better team, in my view. As you say, I would say get that second goal, bring a couple of big boys on for fitness, maybe give a youngster a bit of a run out, tie the game up, get ourselves ready for Tottenham. And it'd be nice to end the game with no drama, when the fans ain't kicking off, no one's worrying, no one's panicking and stuff like that. And we've been the more aggressive team as well. You can tell that by the heat maps because that tells you where we're touching the ball the most. Who says the goal made Aaron look up. That's some impressive swiping right levels. Must be a good potentials tonight on there. Are you on Tinder is what they're asking, bro.
Nah. Oh my God. People were coming for me yesterday when Ceballos came on. People thought I was, because my eyes lit up when I seen that £99 super chat. And people thought my eyes lit up because Ceballos came on.
Yeah, you were like that, you going. And I know you were looking at the super chat, but then it was just the timing of it, bro. The timing of it was funny, bro. It was funny.
It was,
bruv.
yeah, it was.
Made me laugh. It did make me laugh. Well, United haven't won a trophy since 2016-17 season. True. Yeah, this would be so it's been
3 years.
3 years. Yeah. Oh. A long time. Lost an FA Cup final, 3 semi-finals under Ollie. Yeah, it'd be nice to win one this year. It's a nice finish by him. He's lucky that whoever that number 3 is played him on side, but...
Just look at that body there, but...
In fairness, I think he pulled away. You see it from that angle there. I think he pulled away because McTominay might have said something. But Bailly's just... That's why Bailly... That's how Bailly gets himself injured, though, bruv. It's things like that, isn't it? Like, he just does dumb things.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't need to be there. In fairness, Scotty wasn't lucky. You can see whoever that number 3 is that he pulled. Hang on a second. We're going to add Elite KJ to the call here. Elite KJ, what's going on, bro?
Yo, you good?
Yeah, man.
Yes,
KJ.
Yeah. I finished what I was doing, and now I'm able to be here and
Sweet
watch the game
as.
with you guys.
Scotty Max scoring a goal.
You love to see it, man. It was a good goal as well. He took that really well. Eric Bailly, though. I love Eric Bailly. How is my man gonna almost like push Tommy out of the way while trying to score, bro? I absolutely love him, man. He's been great today again.
Yeah, he's been very, very impressive indeed. That cannot be denied. He's been impressive. He's been on point. He's been sound. So yeah, I think he's been very good. I think Scotty Max done well. Got his goal. I think Matt has looked really lively. William done okay. Everybody else, I've not been that impressed with. Like, Fred's hard. Fred's like 50-50. Everything other than his passing has been amazing. But can't be them passes he's not pulling off he needs to fix up on because they could have led to more chances, I think.
Yeah, we're fortunate those breakaways didn't turn into anything. Fred's tackling and work rate's been excellent. It's just those final balls just to slot them through. He needs to work on. Dan James, I forget he's playing personally.
Yeah,
Dan James has been horrible.
Yeah, he's been horrible tonight.
Uncle Iggy, not Uncle Iggy. Yeah, he reminds me of when you go to football. Yeah, you go in 5-a-side with the mandem, and you've got that one friend who is bad, but will always try their best. But it doesn't matter how hard they try; they're still not going to be up to level.
Yeah, I even find we cheer for Igalo like that. Every time he gets in about what he's doing, and go on, because you really want him to do well. But it's like,
Yeah.
It's the guy as well that's a bit overweight that's always having to put his trousers up because they're falling down as well while he's playing. Like, he's that guy. You know the guy, it's always like, you know what I'm talking about, bruv. But yeah, I feel for him. I do feel for him.
The euphoria of a fan playing for United has wore off now. We still love him. He's still Uncle Iggy, but yeah,
it's time to go. It's time to go. Because you know what, we always criticise keeping players at the club that are not United level. And his first 3 months, he looked United level. I just thought, how have we not signed this guy when he was younger? And he's levelled out now for me. And it's like, oh,
you see why he went to China in the first place. Let's just say that. As much as we like him, Donny van der Beek. You know what? Yeah, I semi feel for him because he hasn't played with the first team properly, and you can tell he's still again in this game as well. He hasn't been too lively, but when he's got the ball, he's playing quick football.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He's dropping the shoulder, And you can tell that, if he was in the first team with Pogba, Bruno, Rashford, Martial, it would just be a beautiful sight. He's just got to wait his turn. I know. One of the agents of the agent came out saying they're not happy with how he's being used, but his time will come. His time will come.
Yeah, listen. I mean, his agent doing that already. I think it's actually ridiculous. He's been here a few weeks, and you got to work your way into your new team as an example. So I kind of want to see like a lot more. I not want to see more from him, but I'm really relaxed about it, boys. I'm just sharing with you two in your DMs on Twitter the link for the reaction show afterwards.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Got it.
Yeah. So I'm sharing it with a few people. So we get a few people in there. As ever, but no, I agree with you. I feel like I don't know what we're talking about. I did agree with you, and I literally lost my train of thought. What are you saying? Can you boys?
Oh, sorry.
No, we didn't say anything.
No, we were talking about something, and I was just doing that, and then I was like, "What were you talking about?"
And his agent.
Oh, the agent. Yeah, the agent coming out now is mad. Like I know he's only been here a few weeks, but like he needs time to integrate and everything. Just slow down a little bit. Like everyone's panicking about this player's not getting enough game time, and these people are getting too much game time this early in the season. I just think everyone's got to relax their brain a little bit. Like legit, got to relax the brain. But normally can't happen. Most people don't know how to relax the head.
That's true.
The head needs relaxing.
Aaron. I know you're looking at a super chat, yeah, but just before you came on, was talking about your unlucky timing with a super chat coming in.
Yeah, and Sabella's coming on. I know.
Speaking of super chats, Mike's and YT here says, I think Mane gets sold next season to help fund the deals, and I can see Firmino playing less to fit in Sancho, and most likely wouldn't sign Mbappe until the following season when his contract is up, is what Mike thinks. Pav here says, seeing Igalo's performance in the first half, I wish I could borrow DT's banner. Thanks for the memories, but it's time to go. We need better than him. Bruv, Jovic. By the way, KJ, you're just joining us. What do you make of Fabrizio's tweet about Dembele?
Oh, that. Like we know this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's kind of been played down a lot. It's been played down that it's not really true, not really happening. Like it was a pipe dream, and now suddenly it might be. Like Dembele looks more real. Do you feel like you're going to end the stream tonight? But like, I'm going to go and watch a little compilation of Dembele, see what he excite myself.
Nah, I know what it is. It's just I personally I can't see the loan move going through anyway. The one thing he said, which I'm actually not too convinced about, is he's saying the United have been trying very hard to convince Dembele to leave and join. And for me, it's like, if we're going down this route that we only want players who want to come play for Man United, you shouldn't need that much convincing. So that's where I'm kind of like, I don't see it happening, because I don't think he really wants it that much, personally.
That's a good point. I hear that. I suppose it's how much actual convincing we're having to do versus, the media. Because the media are always, I told you, it's always a negative. They'll make it sound like people are on their knees, do you know what I mean? Tickling his balls, but it might not be like that. I wouldn't trust the media when it comes to a Man United story in terms of the that kind of detail, as far as, it can be. Not as far as I could throw him.
Now, you said something, I think, earlier in the watch along, saying if we was to get Dembele and he kills it for us, and we go forward as a team and grow, we ain't gonna care that we didn't get Sancho in the end. And I'm trying to remember these things. You know my opinion on it. I really want Sancho. Sancho for me is key for the future of the club. So if we don't get him, I'm gonna have to just, like you say, be patient and then use hindsight when we need to use hindsight.
Yeah, well, I said, look, we don't know what's going to happen with the Dembele situation. However, if Dembele comes in and kills it here, like I think me and Aaron were gassing ourselves up earlier, but if he comes in and kills it, you will say, you won't even think about Sancho. Because, you know, we were getting, remember all the first part of January, we were getting teased because we didn't get Haaland. Every time he scored, it was United getting teased about it. As soon as Bruno came in and started killing it, the Haaland joke stopped.
Yeah.
If Dembele comes in and does well, forget even Dembele, if Telles comes in and is creating goals at the same level as Trent, everyone will shut up because they just will. And that's why I don't allow myself to get drawn into the banter too much. Equally, look at all the Arsenal fans last year. Pepe, Robbie, Pepe, Robbie, Pepe. What happened? Now you're all like, fraud. Now you got a 62-year-old winger that's replaced him, bruv. Like, it's a madness. Basically, they got Morgan Freeman on their right-hand side now, bruv, and that's it. That's what they got. It's done. Morgan, it's true.
Mupai's warming up. Is he gonna come off the bench?
Who?
And win it in the end?
Mupai.
Yeah.
Mupai.
Is it Mopay or Mopai?
You're the one who speaks 87 languages, bruv. How would you say it?
I don't even know where he's from, to be honest.
I swear it's a French name.
Oh, it's French. It's French.
It French? Yeah. Then it's probably Mopay.
Mopay. Yeah, that sounds French. Mopay.
Yeah.
Mopay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I remember one French lesson I got a good mark in once, right? She's like, oh, you're really good today. Your accent was great. And I was like, I was mocking you. But it's funny. Do you know what's mad, right? She was like, well, no, I said, I wasn't mocking her voice. I was like exaggerating it. And she went, no, but it's really good. And I'm like, oh. And I suppose I never really think about this. You know, when like you hear someone who say French or Polish or whatever speaking English, and people, you get the ignorant Brits are like, don't even speak the language properly. I'm like, you do realize when we speak French, we sound like the reverse of that. Like it doesn't, unless you. But equally, what I always find weird is there was a girl in my class that was amazing at it. She could do the accent, and my teacher literally said, "You sound French. It's that good." And I'm like, if we saw someone learning to speak English, but they were like, "What, mate? How you doing?" That would look weird. Do you get what I mean? I don't know if it. You know the translation between languages. I don't know if it. Yeah. Maybe it's you have to do one way and on the other. I think when you speak English, but you'll say French or German, it would sound weird if you tried to put an English accent on. Where I think when you speak French, it's like you have to put the accent on. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in that.
You do get laughs when you try, like when you go over to these countries and try and use their language. Like it's not like a haha, you're ridiculous. It's more of a cute laugh, as in like you're trying your best.
Oh mate, when I say like je m'appelle Thierry from Angleterre. They're like, they know what I'm trying to say. They're just like, I remember one guy just went to me, can you just speak English, please? And I was like, oh, you speak English, good. I'm so bad at it. But, you know, in fairness, when I'm away, like with the kids, whatever country we're in, I always, like, I remember we were in Spain last year. Oh, Delo. See how easy Delo is to get past. Baye, what a tackle!
Sick tackle by
But did you just see how easily Delo gets stripped defensively? It's just embarrassing. People keep saying, oh, he's the best fullback we've got. Shut up. Can you imagine him against a good player? See, look, played out there. Easy. Thank God the pass went out. Yeah, so they go, and they were like, Archie was like, kept them saying to me, kept them going, hola, everywhere he was going. And I like to encourage them to learn. So it's like, we're going to a restaurant, try and say please, thank you, like basic words in Spanish or French, Italian, just so they learn. Like, I think there's an element of like, I don't want my kids growing up to be, well, although my son's half Irish, I don't want them to have that kind of little Britain mentality of, everyone speaks English, just speak it. Like, I think you've got to learn. Like, I try and learn before I go. Things like, can we have a table to eat? And please, thank you, have a nice day, whatever. Just try to something. I think it's a respectful thing to do, you know?
What minute are you guys on?
47 minutes, bang on.
Yep, me too.
I'm well behind.
You're on Sky Go,
Sky
innit?
Go, please. They need to sort that out.
I gave you and a gal my login, right? I tried to log in myself today, and it says too many users. So I couldn't log into my own Sky Go. You know, I was like, I didn't need it. It was just on the computer, and I was like, all right, fine. But I put TV on.
Oi, you need to chat to a gal. Why is he watching Man United play at Sky Go, bro?
No. It's once you log in, because he watched the game the other night. Once you log in, it will add your device, and then I think you can only have up to 3 devices. So I've got on my phone, then you got you two, and so I couldn't go on to a third. That's where BT's a lot better. You get a lot more people can log in even at the same time on BT. They're less stingy with it.
Fair enough.
Come on, United. We need to just get that second goal now, put them to bed, relax our way through the rest of the game.
Yeah, I've been very happy with Henderson this game. I'm liking the look of him.
Yeah, we were saying no fear. Like watching play, I have
Yeah.
zero fear at all.
He's someone that if we came out saying we were gonna sell the hair next season, I wouldn't be mad.
Well, this is why I called it out earlier on in the season that I thought it was a bit of, Billy Ball that we were looking at like Oblak and the like. I'm like, one, we're looking at other big signings this summer, not this one. But it was more, why would you do that when you potentially have a top keeper in Dean Henderson coming through the ranks? It doesn't make sense to waste the money now. You're better off giving him a go. Do you get what I mean? Like we tried it with Ben Foster. If Ben Foster would have worked out how Fergie and everybody thought when he was younger, we never would have bought De Gea. Although it was a couple of years prior, Ben Foster had that start. I want to say it was the 2011 seasons where we beat City 4-3. It might have been it might have been 09-10. No, it would have been the 0-10-11. No, it wasn't. It was the 09-10 season because it was the Manchester derby where he had a stinker. And I know that was a couple of years before we signed De Gea. But that's what you do. I think what you do with Henderson is you give him an opportunity. And when there's an opportunity to maybe give him a run of 5, 6, 7 games, you do it. And you see whether he's good enough in that. You'll always know. And if he is, then it's, as you say, it could save you 80, 90 mil in the market in this world now.
Yeah, it is. And then to be fair, we wouldn't even have to spend big money or spend any money at all on a second goalkeeper, because if De Gea leaves, you promote Henderson and then you just make Joel Pereira your backup goalkeeper.
Exactly. As long as you time it right, you can. And that's why the likes of, I know some people get onto Rashford, but like you think about Rashford and Greenwood, potentially those two in the modern day market could save us £300 million with the growth. Maybe 250. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Rashford's rate value is already rated at over 100, and Greenwood in a couple of years could be worth stupid money. You know what I mean? Scott McTominay could save us a good sort of 20, 30 quid. I'm only joking, Scotty. I'm winding you up.
No,
Fred, that's lovely. It's nice to low. See, Igalo there should have gone to Scott McTominay. Didn't have the technique to put that on the outer edge of his foot.
You guys are a bit ahead, so if we score, I'm just going to join in with you. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Scotty Mac there driving. That's a foul, ref. Yes, it's right. Absolute foul.
Who would you like to see come on to get some? Sorry, guys. Who would you like to see come on to get some minutes today?
I go on, Aaron. You go first, bro. Or quickly.
Sorry, what did you say?
Who would you like to see come on to get some minutes in the legs in the second half?
I'm going to say Pogba, because he's had a terrible game on Saturday, and just to give him a bit of confidence back and obviously minutes under his belt, you can bring him on. I'd like to see Ted and Mengi get some minutes as well. I want to see Mengi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see. I thought Mengi should have got minutes against Luton.
Yeah, I agree. I'd also probably look at Rashford as well.
Really? I think he
20 minutes
can do with the break. I would rather see if you're going to put him on Lingard or Greenwood, personally.
Yeah, maybe Greenwood. I'm relaxed, but I definitely think Pogba needs 25 minutes tonight. I think he could do with it. Fred's going to take this free kick. He hits it. It's decent.
Ooh.
Oh, the keeper drops it.
That was a good shot.
I've just got to it now. Like, one matter is chatting to somebody. I think chatting to Fred. They haven't even taken it yet. You remember when that the spray first came in and it was like everyone used to talk about it
and kicked off and moaned, yeah.
Yeah,
it's like any of these rule changes, as long as you know like the handball leading up to goals that they've changed this year.
Yeah.
It's now like it has to be in the direct phase before, which will actually cause more confusion. If you just kept it this year, by the end of the season, people are used to it. It's like the new handball protocol. that everyone wants taken away. It ain't going to be taken away, you know. I didn't realise the rest of Europe's been doing it for 2 years now. Like, we're just catching them up.
What is this new handball protocol?
Basically, if you're the same as the Champions League, if your arm is outside of your natural silhouette and it hits it, it's going to be a penalty.
Really? Wow.
Like in the Champions League. And they were showing you, a season in the Premier League on average, we normally concede 19 penalties across all teams out of 380 games to handball. Oh, Lindelof, that is shocking. Thank God it weren't in the box, but that is awful. They now anticipate there's going to be between 90 and 100 penalties given for handball now this season.
Wow.
Which
I know it's only anticipation, but damn.
Which is also something I thought of going. If other countries have gone through that, it then changes forever clean sheet and goal conceded stats. You can never compare any team this season's defensive record against teams from the past. Because every team might concede 5 or 6 extra goals this season through handball penalties that were never given in the past. So it changes the whole world. Like, it changes everything. And some lucky sod's going to get an extra 4. Like, Bruno might score an extra 5 goals this year because of it.
Yeah, Bruno will be a diver. He'll be a handball instigator as well. I can see man flicking on people's hands because he can. I can see it, bro.
Number 33 is huge.
Dan Burn, I swear man's like 6'7" or something ridiculous. Or 6'6" or 6'7". He's ridiculously tall. When he chased down Matter and fouled him, that was so funny to watch. He's like watching 2 snails race.
Yeah, but relativity then came into play, and Matter looked really quick. That's what I love. Relativity is. I love relativity. It's just how amazing it can be. We had a kid in our school, the fastest kid in our school, and he was really quick. And he went to a district like athletics thing, and he was in the 100 meters, and we just all thought, he beats all of us. He came last, and he got smashed. He looked so slow, and I was like, oh my god, he was up against some serious runners. Oh my god, Delo, man. Be a corner. Oh, well kept in there, Endo.
Would you rather see Fosu Mensah?
Van der Beek, that was like, no. Fosu Mensah just looks like a mistake waiting to happen every time he touches the ball. Delo ain't much better, to be fair. But Delo's a little worse defensively than Fosu Mensah, but he's much better on the offensive.
No, he is. Delo on the ball is actually quite good. I reckon he would be a better right mid, not a winger, like a traditional right midfielder. He'll be a lot better. He's very continental, so like if you move back to Portugal or Spain,
he'll do well.
Yeah,
he'll do well. Yeah, I agree. Go on, Dan James. I forgot you were still on the. That's not Dan James' fault there. That's Igalo's fault. He ain't watching what the man around him doing. You got to watch. The guy was stepping in, so you can't make the run if the defender's going to cut the ball out. You've got to come to it. They're going to score in a minute.
I think Ollie needs to make some subs.
Yeah.
James and Igalo need to come off because they're just not.
What we don't have though is they're attacking quite hard. Oh, Igalo, that's so poor. They're attacking and they're leaving space for us to counter, but we've got Dan James, but we've got no other pace on the counter. And that's the one thing about our second string, which is really poor, is there's no speed in it at all. Dan James, yes. But the other week when we had like Mata, Igalo, Lingard, it's just slow, really. Lingard's okay, but he's not that
Lingard's
quick.
got great acceleration. His top speed is not that quick, though. That's the issue.
Yes, because he's tiny. Like over the first 4 or 5 yards, he's fine. So he's great around a box to get away from someone, but on a counter attack, not so much.
Yeah, it's also because he's got no weight on him either, so he doesn't build up any speed. Like
true,
like that.
The wind will slow him down. Like
them parachutes, fam.
You ever run with one of them parachute things on?
Nah, is it hard?
Yeah.
We used to do ankle weight training when we was playing football. I wish we did that more. That would have been sick.
That's really bad for you, though.
Oh, is it?
Bad for the joints, really bad. We used to do that a lot, like kickboxing and stuff. And then we had this new sort of fitness coach join Team GB, and she went mental. She saw us all like doing exercise with it, and she was like, "What are you all doing?" She was like, "Does this, does that, does the other." The amount of us that have bad knee and hip and ankle problems now. Like we used to train very old school, man. Like up until I was about 21, the training was just so old fashioned, but like martial arts old fashioned. It's like my generations and older are just like rife with body problems these days. We need to start playing some better football here because this is getting frustrating now.
Yeah, they're sticking it on us now. And
see, look at that. It goes long to Dan James. It's a simple, bring it down, Dan. He heads it straight back to one of them. Come on now.
I literally just tweeted it out. I said Daniel James he's and this is not me being negative or trying to slag him off, but I think he's done at Manchester United. He's done.
Yeah,
the simple
mentally.
things are just not coming off. The simple footballing IQ, the movements, the controlling, it's just not working, man. Like at this point, leaving is the best option for him. Like honestly,
yeah.
If you want to save your career, Daniel James, leave the club, go somewhere on loan where you'll get game time, and you'll be asked to stay on the wing throughout the whole game, and all you'd have to do is just run down the wing, cross it in, because clearly at Manchester United,
they just given a free kick there against Juan Mata. Jesus Christ.
Mad.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on Dan James here. He's just, I think mentally he's gone. And what makes me laugh is, as you said, there appears to be almost no IQ to his football. That's why I get annoyed when people accuse like some of our much better players of having bad IQ. You just think, if you want to see bad IQ, like then the ball comes to him, no one's challenging for him. I want to see you touch that and bring it down to your feet. You just head it back into the middle and it goes straight to a Brighton player. It's just ridiculous.
It's the simple things, man.
Oh, they gave the foul on Matter because he was putting on his shorts.
But that's because the guy's 7 foot tall. We can't help it. He just...
Matt looks so confused though. He's like, wait, what?
Like Matt was literally wrestling with a guy twice his size, and the foul goes. That's a nice tackle, Delo. That's nice, Delo. I like that. And Dan James.
It's the Delo, man. Open up, yes.
It's too late now.
See, these are the simple things I'm talking about, Dan James, man.
Yeah.
There's that DJ again.
Should have gone straight out to Delo. It's because now they're behind. Now it's allowed Brighton to get behind the ball. Oh.
It's one of those ones where, like, I just don't want to see him just for his own sake. You know what I mean? Like, we know we've learned what we've learned from Dan James. Now we don't really need to see him again. Let him go on loan or sell him on, and wish him the best. And that's all you can do in this situation.
Yeah, I think he'll go on loan if he leaves. And let's see what happens. Like, he might go on loan. It might rejuvenate him, and we might want him back. But at the very least, you put a little...
Yes, buddy.
You put a sell-on clause.
No messing about, bro.
Yeah, you need that sometimes. You put a little sell-on clause or a buyback clause in, whatever you want to do. But it just hasn't worked out for him. And he's just getting progressively worse as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people say, but there's a player in there. Look at the first 3 games.
There's not.
3 games. The gas is like he was running off gas and adrenaline. Like, it's not enough.
He should be able, against a team of this level, to do. It's not about looking like, I don't want him to look like Lionel Messi. I'm not saying that, but he should be able to make some simple passes. His touch,
be effective.
But that was a nice turn, but then he just hoofs it up the other end. There was no subtlety to that. He just goes, I can't get out of here. I'm going to boot it.
See, like, we've got to a point now where you got players like Igalo and James who have had their moment, and now it's like, you're actually a detriment to the team now. Like, there's no spinning this into a fairy tale no more. Like, the fairy tale is done. At least both of them can say they have scored for Manchester United. Not many players in the world can say that.
No, I agree with you. It's a shame. It's a shame for both of them. But what we said, we've got to go back to always what we said when we first signed them as fans, and I stand by what we sort of said back then, because it's coming true. It's coming to fruition. They were low-risk signings, especially Dan James. He cost £15 million, and in the grand scheme of things, you will recoup the majority of that when selling him, as an example. And maybe it was an experiment worth taking. You know, we'd have paid 40, 50 million pound for him. See, this is where you need something here. Now, it's got to be 1 or 2 touches only, Fred. That's it. We need to move this ball so much quicker.
Oh,
Come on, do something now, Dan. Come on.
Go on, Dan. Shoots. Okay, I'm not going to blame him for that. They had a shot, it got blocked, but...
Yeah.
Oh, and then he gives the foul away. Yeah, he just... what you see him do as well, he gets the ball and it's like he's overthinking everything he has to do as well.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a bit of a change now, Mr. Solskjaer. I'd like to see a couple of fresh legs on there.
Yeah, now's the time.
Yeah, I actually would love to see Mason Greenwood up front this game.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah, Mason come on through the centre. I know it means keeping Dan James on the pitch, but why not?
Come on, Edie.
Oh. Igalo's quite sluggish as well, isn't he, really?
Yeah.
Like he's got average speed, and then when he really tries hard to sprint, he becomes kind of loose.
He reminds me of Lukaku without like at least Lukaku's top speed was fast. He just took a while to get to that top speed.
Yeah.
Whereas Igalo, his top speed is basically the same amount of time it takes to actually accelerate.
Yeah, and it's like watching a cow run.
Just taking a piss, man. Oh.
But you know what? Yeah, Igalo, when his loan terminates, if it's in the summer or if it's in January, man's going back to 400 bags.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know what? In fairness, we might end up keeping him and get no one else, but he has done what he came in to do. He's not as good as him, but he was Ollie's version of Henrik Larsson. We just needed a body. You know, we need an extra body to come in. And, you know, last season, if we hadn't have had him for some rotation games and stuff, who knows? You know, it might have burnt some of our players out even sooner and we wouldn't have made the top 4. So when I say it was a success because we got from it what we needed. You know, a few goals in there.
To be fair, he helped us to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. He got us through some Europa League matches. That goal that he scored against was it Lask?
Yeah, excellent. You know, he came on in the league, and you know, him coming on meant that we could take some players off and give him 20 minutes. Like he did what he needed to do. You know, he was. We've got to remember he wasn't like, again, this is the media that why I say, although we don't always like what our club does, we have to back our club because the media. Sorry, what a bad replacement. Oh, Pogba's coming on and Rashford here. The media told us he's such an average replacement for Lukaku. It's like no, don't try and finesse us like that, bruv. We ain't dumb here. We ain't dumb. He wasn't he was a backup player, you know, and that's all he ever came in for. Our replacement for Lukaku was Greenwood via promotion, bruv. That's it. Yeah. Our Sanchez replacement, we're going to try and get this summer. Don't try and finesse us. Oh, Delo, that's shocking. You melt.
I love your pauses. You want to cuss so bad. But
yeah.
You feel like, I'm on stream. Do you think this is the end of Delo then as well?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people really rate him, but these are what I call ability merchants. They look at one element of his game that's brilliant, or got a high ceiling, like his attacking game. And I've seen him tonight be caught out of position, I would say at least 4 or 5 times. Sloppy passes around the edge of his box, just like Victor Vindersoft there. Oh. How are they getting that ball back twice? Oh, they're in. Oh, Henderson!
What a save.
Oh!
What a save, Hendo.
And that came from 3 mistakes from players there. Poor. Lindelof there, culpable. Fred soft on the ball. Williams soft on the ball. Cut back. Look how far. Look, you're watching the replay. You see how far Delo was away from his player. No defensive awareness whatsoever. And that's Trossard who's just come on. Who must hate playing against Man United right now. Good ball in. Oh, that's over the bar. Goal kick. The defending there from Lindelof and Delo there, their defending was just pants.
Wow. Yeah, I'm only seeing this now.
Wait and see.
What a save.
Yeah, wait until you see the angle, the replay from the sort of side view, the pan side view, right?
Yeah.
You just watch the low. He reacts just as the ball's coming to Trossard. There's no awareness of where he should be. Rashi and Pogba
he should
coming
be a
on.
lot closer.
25, yeah. Iggy's coming off. I think Van der Beek looks like he's staying on. Iggy's coming off for Rashford or for Pogba, either one. I don't really care which one. Yeah, that could be the last time we see Igalo in the United kit. And Dan James coming off. Right sub,
Dan James
but
as
actually...
well. It's only right, man.
Yeah. Both of them two had to come off because they were both dog breath tonight. Dog breath.
Well, at least Van der Beek gets to play 20 minutes with Pogba and Rashford.
Rashi, this is it.
Wait, so who's going up front?
Rashford, I would guess.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah, Rashford through the middle. Van der Beek's gone out to the left-hand side slightly. And Matt has stayed where he is.
Oh, Pogba playing in an advanced role.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true, though. That's true. I like that.
Bang him in from 20 yards, please. Thank you.
No, okay, listen. Ollie and the board, if you can somehow do Sancho and Dembele, I beg you.
I swear to God, and I never do, I will make the most noise on social media for about 2 weeks, bro. I will not stop talking about the title challenge.
See, did you just see that there? Did you just see that there from Bailly? See, he anticipated two things. He anticipated the danger, unlike Lindelof and Delo. But then he had one thing that Maguire would have anticipated that, but then he had the one thing Maguire doesn't have. He had the acceleration, just a couple of little. It was 3 or 4 strides, and he was back past the player, and then he recovers. That's why Bailly being fit could be the difference between top 4 and falling out this year. You just don't those two little things. Sees danger, but has the athleticism to make it back. You know.
Yeah.
If you gave Lindelof the athleticism and the bravery, matter. If you gave Lindelof the bravery and physicality of Bailly, he'd be world class. But the problem is that bravery, and that's why the Van Dijks and the Rios were so good, because they had all the defensive nous you need, but then they had the physicality and the bravery to make it. And you need all those things, man. And some players just lack that kind of thing here. Come on now. I'm more confident about a counter-attack now, though.
Yeah, and this is why I'm not. I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, we need a centre back." Centre back this summer was imperative. Like, no, it's not. We have 3 players already who could fit next to Maguire, who can do that. Who can do a job for 1 season. We'll give a chance to see Bailly, see if he's actually fit enough to play for us. Chance for Axel Tuanzebe to show again that also he's fit enough to play for us. And then we just got, if those 2 fail, we've got Mengi, who fits the profile of what we need. We just need to give him some time and experience. So this is why I'm not really too upset that we're not getting Upamecano or centre back this summer, because if we wait until next summer, Upamecano potentially is what 45-50 million release cost.
Yeah, exactly.
You move on potentially Lindelof or Bay if he's still injury prone.
Switch your pugs. There you go.
That's what I mean. We didn't have that. Boom, boom. Someone needs to come and help Delo though, because he's over there, but he's isolated.
That's one thing having Matt on the wing that you're not going to get.
Yeah. And that's the strength and depth thing. It's not even Matt's fault, bruv. Like, it's Matt can't help what he is. It's about the club buying better and having something different. Because you can imagine there, I know it's only Brighton in the League Cup. If you've got a Sancho, if you've got a Dembele, in those situations, it's different levels. Fred, that's not...
nice Van der Beek.
Mata! Yes!
Oi, that flip from Van der Beek, yeah?
Banging. And that's where Mata is good. Like, there we go. Happy days. You know, it's crazy. I'm happy with that. 2-0, baby. Next round.
Intelligence. I told guys about Van der Beek's intelligence.
Yes.
Paul Straight. Oh, I love Paul Pogba so much.
And you know what? Fred made the and Fred made the passes. You know, we said earlier on in the stream, Aaron, about Fred making them passes. If those midfielders get those passes into the players in those areas, into that half space, then you open them up. That's what I mean about the system versus player. When the players pull off those passes, bruv, the system opens up. And we've seen that from every single midfielder in the opening stage of this season, where those passes haven't been coming off. It isn't the system. It's application. Well done, United.
And all we need to do now, I know it's Brighton's second string, and this is our second string team, but we need to apply this to our first team and in the Premier League. That's all we need, and we'll be sorted.
And we will. We will. We will.
Oh, Van der Beek, that figure's beautiful.
Bro, I'm telling you. Intelligence, man. Van der Beek's not a dumb footballer. He's intelligent.
Boy, yo, he's got that. I've said it before. He's got the Ajax. You can see the Ajax in his veins.
Bruv, you can't come through the academy at Ajax and just be a pace merchant, a passion merchant, a cruncher in tackles, a finisher. Like, for me, I will name you some players. Theo Wilcott's, Dan James's, Lukaku's, Scott Parker's of this world. None of these players could ever make it through the academy of Ajax. You need so much more to your game than that. And that's how you know. That was lovely from him. And a lot of people say, just Brighton, mate. This is the same defence that we struggled to penetrate the other night. So don't give me none, just Brighton. Just Brighton. Yeah. No, same defence. Melts.
Yeah, okay. 2-0. Yo, take off Lindelof, fam, and let's bring
Mendy, I'd like to see him get a little run out with that. Oh, giving it away. Square to Rashford. No.
Who was that?
That was Mata. In fact, he was off balance there. That goalkeeper.
How was Juan Mata off balance?
Bro, their goalkeeper looks like he's got problems.
Terry, man.
Like there's he's got no pigmentation, bruv. Like whenever I see a white dude and his hair and his skin are the same color, and they're young, it freaks me out. You know. I always think incest.
Nice, won't matter.
Oh, that's a lovely reverse ball.
Oh, Dallo, good crossing. Yes.
Pogba! That's where I missed Pogba. That's why I missed that coming onto them headers, bro.
Tell him. That's where I want to see Pogba. For God's sake, I've been crying out for this for months. That's where I want to see you, Pogba.
So this is what I mean. Like 4-3-3, Pogba.
Flipping hell, man.
In fairness, he should have scored or got it on target. See, if he had a better haircut, he'd have scored that. Just saying. Just saying, bruv. What are you saying now, Brighton fans? What are you saying now? It's the real Man United. Do you know what a lot of people are going to say? You know, they hate the fake United fans. See, when we drop Maguire, we play better. Fuck them pricks. Fuck them pricks.
This is what I mean when I say, like, the transfer activity and the way we despise the board and the club takes away the love we have for the actual team. Like,
yeah. No, I hear that.
I love Paul Pogba. I love Rashford, Martial. It's hard to do that when you got these man them on top, just making it hard for us to enjoy our club.
I know, and I think that's why we have to learn to separate. Like, a lot of people say there's more pressure on Ollie if you don't sign no one. I'm like, that's a rival fan saying that, because for me, it makes me back my manager more because he's not being backed. It makes me want to help. You get what I mean? It's like in life. If someone's being given less opportunities than others and is being held back and being, like, weakened because of somebody else's action, you're meant to support those people more than go against them. It's natural, right? But yeah. Pogba, lovely. Jeez. That turn, bruv. That turn. Whew. Apple turnover, mate. Bernardo. Bernardo just got bent up, bro. Bent up Bernardo.
I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing Paul Pogba in a double pivot. He's not France.
Oh my God.
It's not France. Stop it. Stop doing it. We need to see him further forward. We need to see him that free role as a number 8 or a 10, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
And against a lot of teams, it's fine to do. I can understand it away at Liverpool, away at City. I'm cool with it. Deep blind. When you're at home against Brighton, Villa, Pogba, go do your thing, bruv.
Yeah.
Tell us whipping balls into the box. Pogba coming from deep. Man's arriving like the final scene of Django. Do you know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. Just straight in there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see.
Ball, ref.
30 minutes left.
How? Like, I'm sorry. If you're a football fan, how can you dislike Paul Pogba, man? Like, I don't see how.
Yeah, you can be a football fan, but also be.
Rashford, nice. No. Wait. Rashford, no. There's 3 players around you, bro. Don't do it. Okay, you got the foul. All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Wait, Rashford does that to you too much, Aaron. You're like, don't. And you're like, okay.
Because I know his decision making is not the best. That's why I'm saying it. Like he was running at 3 players, and I'm like, bro, don't do it. Does a step over and gets the foul.
I'm happy he's doing that. You know why? Because he hasn't been doing that for like 2 months.
Yeah, that's true. Like running at people, innit?
Yeah, running at people.
Yeah, he stopped doing it. That's what in the whole of after lockdown. I'm like, okay, why didn't you try and beat a man? Who do you want taking
this? How many
this?
people behind the ball? Pogba.
I want Rashford taking it, but Pogba, whoever. The difference is once Telles gets signed, Telles is on these.
Yes, he's
100%.
You've got imagine having Telles and Bruno standing over a free kick. Come on.
That'd be like back in the day having Beckham and Roberto Carlos over a free kick. It's like,
Beckham, remember that photo of Beckham, Kaká, and Ronaldinho?
Oh, that was ridiculous.
That kind of football's just. There he is, old Mopay. Cry more. Pogba's hitting this because Rashford's run up isn't big enough.
Come on, Pogs, a good one.
Oh yeah! Paul Pogba, baby! That's my guy! Paul Pogba! What a hit, bro! What a hit, bro! Yes, bro!
Yes!
People talk too much! Disrespected my guy, you know. Paul Pogba! What you saying now, fam? Look at that. Bang!
Oh!
Keeper didn't even move.
He deflected.
Don't give a damn if it was deflected. I don't care.
Bro, posting in. Look at this. Boom.
I don't care if it was deflected.
Yes, Pogba.
What are you saying now, fam?
Go on, Paul.
I can't update the scores because
let's go.
I can't update the scores.
Back, bro.
I can't update the scores because the XSplit has crashed, but it'll keep us on. So it's going to say 2-0, but it is 3-0. There we go.
Hey, yo, that woke me up still.
Yes, Paul. You see, what did I say? How if you don't like Paul Pogba, there's something wrong with you, bro. You're not a
flipping hell, man. Tell him, KG. Tell him.
Football fan if you don't like Paul Pogba, bro. This flipping guy is so sick.
Bruv.
Oh.
Yes, bruv.
Come on, man.
3-0 as well. It's a good result. It's a good result.
Fam. Look, I know what I love about this and that celebration. You can tell he's happy.
Yes, the way. Yes, you can tell.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
100%. He wants to leave the club, bro. Look at his face. He's happy. He's happy,
fam. At the start of last season, when he got that assist for Rashford, you saw he didn't actually want to run over and celebrate with the team. And now look at it now.
Man, like Ollie, bruv.
About to say, chat to me about Ollie saying he's not doing a good job in certain areas, fam.
My goodness, that goal had me speaking in French as well, fam.
I know, bruv. I was loving it. That's why I turned the volume up at you guys. I'm loving hearing the French tones. Do you know what I love about tonight as well, right? I know they rested some players and so did we, but we got battered here and we're lucky at the weekend and we had to respond. And by the way, I know people are saying, Pogba and Rashford. Yes, and they brought on Trossard and Mopay and these guys that were ripping us apart the other day. To come back a few days later and respond like we have tonight and put in a good performance like we have done tonight is so important for Ollie and everybody involved. So important.
That's like saying Raheem Sterling's 2 goals and Ferran Torres' goals today against Burnley's B team don't count.
Exactly. Just because they got beat the other night. No, it doesn't. Their result tonight's important because...
Hello, man. How are you getting beat by Burn?
I told you, because he ain't good enough.
How are you getting beat by Burn, bro?
Because he ain't good enough.
Burn, you know? Oh, gosh.
For God's sake, man.
Full pumper, man.
Because he ain't good enough.
I don't care that the Wolves split. He made it split.
I I don't care about no deflections.
Yeah.
Bro, it's a goal. It's a free
It was a
kick goal.
bro. People come back, oh, but the wall didn't stay strong. I don't care. They were scared of Paul Pogba. That's why.
Exactly.
About Paul Pogba's not good enough. Who said that?
Oh,
I remember someone saying Paul Pogba is not a good enough player in the Premier League, and I responded saying, well, neither is 95% of the midfielders then.
you know what? That was the first time in a long time I've celebrated like this. I'm telling you. I think the last time I celebrated like this was Lingard's goal against Leicester.
Yeah, but you know what it is, bruv? And I get why you did, bruv, because what happens in those circles, it feels like a... You know when Rashford scored the other day? Like, I love Paul Pogba, but I'm very, very defensive of Rashford as well. I think he gets undue criticism because he scored such a good goal.
Yeah.
It was just like, shut up, everyone. Leave him alone. And I
Yeah.
felt like that as well. Pogba scoring there was amazing. It's like,
Literally,
you
man.
do know, like this weekend as well, you know, like all of us, the two players, we want to win the game first and foremost, but we know the two players we want to be scoring against Spurs are Martial and Pogba. Like, that will get a bigger reaction out of United fans than it being anyone else. Do you know what I mean?
Ooh,
That is... Look how easy Delo is to get past. It's ridiculous.
Dallow's been horrible today.
Defensively, yeah.
Defensively he's been horrible.
But this is what I've seen from him in every single game defensively. And this is why when people are like crying about Ollie getting rid of him, it's like, I'm not... If he had Trent Alexander-Arnold gets slagged off for not being good defensively, right? He is good defensively. He's just... The attacking prowess is just far superior. Delo defensively is one of the worst defensive players I've ever seen in my life. The way he gets taken on... but he's legitimately awful. He has no idea what he's doing there, bruv.
Yeah.
It's like
someone on Twitter said, now you see why he's wearing a shooting sleeve, because you know in basketball they wear a shooting sleeve. I love this. I love this.
Powers, yeah.
I love this. Oh God.
If he's giving him powers, wear it more often.
Listen, and this, do you want to know what I'm saying about Man United fans coming together more? Because every rival fan is commenting. I just tweeted that saying, I love you, Paul Pogba. Every rival fan is like deflected and was going wide. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of them just saying United fans.
Damn, bro.
And I don't care what rivals say, but this is what I'm saying about Man United fans. You know when people come out with that, normally you hear
Pogba,
that.
Strength, Pogba. Strength.
Now pass, though. Pass now. Pass. That's
Come on.
it.
Hey.
That's what you want to see.
I'm
Use
hyped.
that muscle, brother. Everton 3-1 up. Calvert-Lewin, another goal.
Calvert-Lewin again. Oh my God.
Do you know the maddest thing is?
guys-
Do you know what's crazy about Everton,
I'm
right?
telling you.
Calvert-Lewin scoring all these goals is only good for them for one season because that man's... Lingard, lovely pass.
He's on.
Oh!
Dallo! Oh! Dallo!
Top.
Oh,
Yeah,
he scored that.
how did he miss?
He should have
KJ.
scored that.
Should have been scoring there.
Yeah, he should have. Oh, unlucky, man.
That was good football by United, though. That pass from Lingard into Mata was lovely.
Very good.
Wait, are we seeing a double pivot of Van der Beek? No, not Van der Beek, Pogba.
Fred and
McTominay.
McTominay.
No, Fred's come off for Lindegaard, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah. What's happened now is Pogba's
and-
now gone back into the double pivot, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, because Lingard come on. Yeah.
Yo, can we talk about Donny Van der Beek's pass there? That was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. Van der Beek's... Do you know what I said to you boys, right, the other day? About, I know we need more, but people are sleeping on the Van der Beek signing. It's almost like we haven't done it. I keep people saying, we've done no business. I'm like, you're fucking mad. Do you know how good Donny Van der Beek is? I know we need more, but pushing the we ain't done nothing. Come on, man. One thing we haven't done yet now, we need to set Rashford up with a chance. Oh, lovely. Here we go.
Yes, Jay-Lin.
He's in. Jay-Lin, you got to get it across to him. Held onto it too long. Shoot.
Oh, no.
See?
Lingard, that was the wrong move, bro.
See, you should be... That ball should have gone into Rashford earlier. Rashford's clean through on goal.
These little things, man. These little things. I'm still going to wait to see
The
it.
shot was nice, but then the shot, no.
No, and he should have passed that ball to Rashford so much sooner.
He's trying. Remember, guys, he's trying to get in that shot window. But that's what it is.
Oh, that pass from Van der Beek, man. Flipping now. Intelligence.
Aaron, what's this? Are you excited to see Man United play? What's going on?
Bro, I don't know what it is today. That Pogba goal woke me up. I'm telling you, literally.
Everyone seeing how nice Ollie ball is when the players pull off their passes? Just saying. Just saying. When people pull it off, when they do their jobs properly.
Ooh, that was a good shot.
Calvert-Lewin hat trick.
Oh my
goodness.
As I was saying before, those flurry of chances we have, Calvert-Lewin doing this is bad news for Everton because man's gone. A big club's coming. Like it's gone.
Wow. This kid 2 seasons ago was dead food.
Oh yeah,
dead, bro.
And then
what, bruv? What?
What's going on there? What's going on?
What? I'm acting like I'm there. That's one thing about Scott McTominay. You're not going to get him to back down if there's 3 or 4 of you, bruv. That man's on it. Mupai, whatever your name is, bruv. What was that, bruv?
He's been quiet today.
No, Brighton have been dead today. They have. All the chances they made were basically our mistakes.
And they had pop shots only today. It's been pop shots only. Actually, they had that one good bit of play, and that's where Henderson was key today. You see that? The one time we needed him. The only time we needed him.
Send him! Yes, Rashford. Beautiful. Yes,
Matter. Touch, bruv. Now, let's go.
There we go.
Let's go. Ball, over. No.
Oh.
Wrong ball. Keep that in, Williams. Keep it in, Williams. Matter. Rashford.
No.
Oh, unlucky.
No.
Oh, unlucky.
Oh, hey, Baye, come on. Tackle.
My guy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, bruv.
That's what you want to see.
Do you know the best part? Do you know the best part of this now? Do you know the best part of this? The rivals in the comments are triggered. Bitch, it's Brighton. It's only the Carabao Cup. Yeah.
Don't give a damn, bro.
Punks. Because if we were only winning 1-0, you'd be saying, how bad are you? You can't even beat them. When we beat them, you're like, nah, it's just them. You're weak. You're weak, bruv. Weak, mate. Honestly, mate. Nat piss. Weak.
You know what? Actually, a joy to watch. Just Paul Pogba galloping.
What, like he's an horse? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Enter him in the Grand National.
That particular play, and I just saw him just taking the long ass legs just up the pitch. I was like,
I'm telling you,
that's actually good. It's nice to watch, man.
Nah, 100%.
He is a stallion, bro. He is.
He really is, man.
Yo, are we in the stream to go to the reaction show?
Yes. We'll do that. Just mad, right? We created 8 chances to score tonight. Over half of them happened. 4 of them have come in the last 20 minutes of the game, and that's when we made the substitutions and we brought on Pogba and Rashford. Although they didn't create any of them, their movement and space created has just made it easier for everybody. But good game tonight from us. We'll do that on the reaction show. But yeah, Matt is probably going to have to be man of the match tonight with an assist and a goal. But there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And the Super Chats, we're going to be live still on the Football Terrace doing a match reaction show. We'll be going live in... Oh, unlucky there, Rash. We're going to be going live in a few minutes. Yeah. Until next time, take care of yourselves. I've got to do this a different way because this is crash. Until next time, everybody, take care. Goodbye.